gonna start this stream. I forgot to turn on dual encoding to have this be on someone's short stream, but I don't care. I'm just starting the stream. And I don't care, cause I'm starting the stream. I don't know what's going on with me today. I need to turn my headphones on. Eine Moment, as the Germans would say. All right, testing. I'm acting like I can hear myself. I am most definitely doing okay, and I believe we are alive. I believe we're alive. All right, cool. Welcome to our scheduled programming Monday stream. We're gonna wait a little bit for people to pull on in. The previous 48-hour stream that got cut short at the 24 hours, I was dying and I was missing some really obvious stuff. So I'm sorry for anybody who knows how to program or is just like watching and wincing. Should have said something in the comments because I was struggle bussing, man. Oh my god, I was struggle bussing so hard. But hey, welcome everybody. I know we got Bingus there. We're gonna be pushing that back, but we'll hang tight a little bit. Yeah. So hello, welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. It's Monday afternoon, evening here, I guess. So I'm having a good time. I am having a good time. So, where did we leave it at the stream? First off, I should probably switch the camera. And then we are going to actually we're gonna get rid of this obnoxious stuff. Just wanted to say, if I get to reveal 1,000 subs, Vegeta reveal. Sorry, I'm bad at pronouncing. You guys will be pleasantly entertained. I don't know what this is. What is this image source? You know what? Doesn't matter. We're just gonna delete it. But welcome everyone. Hello, Polly. Stream is a lie. I did lie. I apologize. I gravely apologize. I completely was just dying, and I'm like, you know what? 24 hours is my realistic limit without having dedicated sleep. So now I know, and I have grave apologies. But we're gonna get going. First off, this is a lot of stuff. So I did a little bit of work off stream though, because I wanted to like start doing some work. I like this. This is ridiculous. This whole space. This is not accurate. But I did want to get the music going because I think it's nice. I think it's nice. So I realized what was going on. With nothing working, and I will actually pull that up as an example of why you should sleep while you're programming. Nothing was working because I never actually registered the conduit entity system, and I was just being an idiot. Like, literally, I had 3 of this conduit ticking system in here. Look, I still haven't commented out. Not at any point have I put the conduit entity system in here, and there was no way I was processing that. I was losing it, man. So, yeah, I was losing it. So, yeah, make sure you guys register your systems so you can actually decode stuff. Because I was like, man, nothing's working. I thought it was the query, because over in the conduit entity system, you have a get query function. And to be quite frank, I could have just done the query check. Wow. Well, I tried running the query check and like nothing was logging. And then after some back and forth, everything was starting to work. So what is our target for this stream? I would like to say goal, but if I say goal, I feel like I never hit it. But our goal is the same. We're gonna get this working. I did a little bit of discussion. I like to hang out on the Discord on days that I'm not streaming or times I'm not streaming. So feel free to hang out there with me. I really don't mind. I really like hanging out with everybody in the Discord. But I was hanging out in the Discord with a couple of us, and we were like kind of breaking down a few different things. So pistons, pushing multi-blocks, pushing all this other stuff, like just a lot of little things. Me and oh my god, I wish. Hold on, I can get his name right now because I like giving people credit. Let me pull this up because it was in the Discord yesterday. We were chatting. It was Leichtmarv. Yeah, Leichtmarv. If you see me in the chat, say hello. Him and I talked for a bit, and we were able to figure out, like, oh, hey, this is how the filler system works, and a bunch of other stuff. So I wasn't going to make a dedicated video tutorial on, like, any specific system, but block manipulation in the filler system is something that, like, is crazy. It was crazy, like, important. I'm not going to show anything in here, specifically. I don't want to, you know, show any of his stuff. Hello, welcome, Artharx, Athadi Zak. I'm struggling. Also, this needs to get fixed. Wait, what? Oh, I have this. I have this done goofed. Hold up. I need to do a pop-out chat. Art or Arthatix Arca. Oh, okay. I didn't know how to split up your name. Let me do a pop-out chat here for you guys. And then let's get this guy closed. Yeah, it's fine. And then we're gonna get this guy moved here. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You might be like, oh, well, what's beautiful? Well, let me show you what's beautiful. It's you guys. Look at that. Oh, wait, hold on. We're gonna replay. It's you guys. Look at that. You guys are gorgeous. I like it when you guys hang out. I like seeing you guys in the replays. So we're gonna pop you up top. Get you guys in the corner. Get the little black, the green. Get that good green stuff right behind. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Chat's right there. Chat is looking most wonderful. Love it. Probably a bit low on the resolution, honestly. Yeah, let's scale you guys up a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. All right, you guys are now visible. Say hi, chat. Say hello. Like I said, I love it when you guys are in stream. It's great. There you go. You're on YouTube, Mom. You're on YouTube. So we basically like broke down like a bunch of these systems for like filler blocks and other things. It's not that it's unintuitive, but if there was documentation, this would make so much more sense. So I do want to break down that system because it's really cool. We're not doing that today. I think I want to make like an actual structured video, and I'm a little loose for these live streams. By little, I mean this shit's improvised. I threw my phone on my bed. It is 5:41, so we still technically have 20 minutes before our typical stream time. I got home and I was like, you know what? I want to get started. I wasn't really feeling like waiting around. But yeah, so stuff I got done off stream when I actually had a few brain cells. Basically got the whole entity system to actually behave how it's supposed to. Who would have thought? I'm having issues here though. Wait, why is this? No, I was having issues. This is a weird problem, and I don't know what happened. In their code, they use assertions. Assert if CC is not equals null, right? Like, make sure that's true, right? For whatever reason, that was not behaving how it's supposed to. So, our conduit chunks, they don't actually, if I remember right, they don't load in until there's a block that can actually use them is implemented. Don't quote me on that. Point being, they don't exist until we create them. Problem problem here. Um, they don't exist. So here we are like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and grab in this specific chunk that we're placing this condo entity block. Yeah, let's go ahead and detect um, if there's a chunk there, and then we're going to add to the block count. Problem was, when there wasn't a chunk, it just kept going with the code. So even though I had an assert line here originally, it just kept breaking stuff. Just things that shouldn't happen but do is on the list. But we can test this, make sure this is actually behaving. I don't know why that's okay. So this actually has been running for a minute, so I'm gonna actually close and reopen a new one so we get like a fresh log. And I know I should be running an actual logger and yada yada yada. I don't feel like doing it. I feel like not doing things the right way, because if I did them the right way, I'd be competent. And I'm not competent. I'm functional is the term I like to use. Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. Functional. Um so yeah, I was having stupid issues, just genuinely just stupid problems, and that was one of them. It's like the assertion just wasn't working for whatever reason, just didn't work. I don't know if it's because like I created it after the fact. I don't know if the assertion runs on something else. It's quite strange, but we should, when we place 2 blocks, just make sure it's, we're gonna place a few. We should now in our file system be able to pull up how many blocks we put down. And we didn't! Yay, because it's null. It's null. Why is it null? So it's consistently null. So, here's the next problem. What's interesting though is, yeah, I don't know why it would be a null. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Yeah, I don't know why it's null. It's stupid. Like, why is it null? So we're gonna figure that out. Unless I just happen to put all the, no, this is more than 4 blocks. Definitely one of these should not have been null. Wait, no, we have the to do. I'm dumb. The when it's not null, it's gonna output to the to do string. I need to do that. So we're gonna do that real quick just to prove that this works. Control F, home W, home W. Oh, crap. So you know what I did? I did a dumb. What is this? Get out of here, Neovium. IntelliJ. I am intelligent. Jesus Christ. So how's everybody's day doing? You guys doing good? I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I finally like picked up the mental pace. IntelliJ, please. Fine. We are gonna open this new window. Full screen. Excuse me? No. It's gotta decompile everything, so we gotta hang out for a minute. I think it's decompiling because it's a different launcher version since I last launched it, or I think since I first launched it. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this real quick. There we go. So in the conduit chunk system, I believe I just literally have it in the toString function. What? Is it the conduit block component? Oh, it is. Well, I don't want the conduit block. I want the conduit chunk. So, let's see here. We gotta figure this out. Why are we not able to get to the conduit chunk? See symbols. Did I register this? Craziest thing. That's the first question we should ask. Is it registered? I don't know. Guess what? It did. I did register it. Conduit chunk component. Yes, yes. Um, no caffeine stats. No, 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 no. We don't need to overcharge our caffeine overdose. We don't need to track that right now. Not today. Because I would get cooked. Alright, so what we doing here? I don't think I use this, do I? Yeah, I don't. So we need to just get rid of this line. You can see I just like test different things. I'm like, here you go, you can just go right there and you can just work. So our conduit chunk is not spawning in. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? So is the entity, no, the entity can't be created before the block, right? Because we're able to, when on entity added, so when the block is added, because we're checking for the entity's component here, when the entity is added, this may fire beforehand. Oh, hey, Hytale Modding Reviews. It's nice to see you. I appreciate the very dedicated channel title. No, well, welcome. LLM auto. Honestly, if the auto code suggestions just like, I'll autopilot with them, and the next thing I know, I don't even know what I wrote. It's like when you get in your car and drive somewhere, and like the lane assist turns on, and then all of a sudden you just teleport to the end. Like you get there, but you don't know what happened. Like you could have ran over like 3 children, and you're like, huh, that could have happened. So I personally use it sparingly. It is fun. I like autofill. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you liked my description. But like, you know, I like the autofill. But when it comes to the LLM suggestions to be like, oh yeah, this is what you should do, I honestly, I could go a little too far with that, and then next thing I know, I just don't know what I wrote, and then I have to reread everything. So I try to avoid it as much as possible. I do sometimes do stuff, but usually I just use ChatGPT to just like tell me I'm stupid. I make a whole system, I'll just paste it in there and be like, what does this do? And if it can describe my system back to me, how I wrote it, and then cool. And sometimes they'll describe me a system and tell me that it won't work for like this specific case, and I think about it and I'm like, you're right. Usually I do that if I don't have anyone to talk to because I scared everyone away because I rant a lot. But Hytale Modding Reviews, thank you for coming by. I got a little bit of, I might have a large scope here, but once we get over a couple of these weird engine-specific hurdles, this can do it. This can do it. This conduit network actually behaves how we want it to. We'll be golden. I actually, because I love drawing, and I got a little bit of autism. What is this? No, this is for later. That's for later. Hold on. That's spoilers. Sorry, chat. It's this one. Okay. We're not gonna talk about that. Not for now. So, let's see here. Okay, there we go. Chat should be where it's supposed to be. You can't see chat because if I do it like this. No, so chat, sorry, chat's gonna be a little invisible right now. No, I can just change this color source, right? I can just make it dark. And then, wait, what? Oh, sorry, hold on. Okay. Alright, that's better. So, I decided to conceptually break things down, and I talked with people. I was like, alright, let's kind of like bring things up a notch so we can like see, like just in general, like, oh, I have to set the top chat. I don't want top chat, I want live chat. There we go. Not like it probably matters too much. Yeah, microwave diagrams. We're gonna learn how to boil water. I just kind of broke down the system and more like, okay, how can I? Because I hate diagrams. Or not diagrams. I love diagrams. Diagrams are great. I hate UIs, and I hate reading books. I want someone who cannot read and probably doesn't have a severe level of color blindness, to be able to just pick the system up and go. So I wanted to break out some of this stuff. I was talking with some people in theory crafting. There's a little bit of tech here that I do not have. Exactly, you know, anybody can use an air fryer, you know. Yeah, the prison's kind of a conceptual thing, but I think, well, I'll quickly go over this whole thing, real quick. This is very crude, but I think I actually do want to make a book in game that's just a picture book. That's like the Technomancy 101 or something, or 99 even, you know, like the real book for dummies, like type of thing. So, conceptually, right? Because we only have 8 colors, and I wanted one color that's kind of just everything, you got 7 channels, plus an encompassing all channel. So, I'm going to talk about the system very broadly here, because this is just, I just wanted to write this down because I'm like, okay, if I don't write it down, things get lost. So, white is all color mana. And you might be like, what are you talking about? There's 7 colors of mana in this world. I know white is technically its own color per lore. Too bad. Just too bad. White crystals and all that, that's just encompassing. I don't care actually what the actual lore is behind that. This is my lore because I'm the one making the system, and this is what's gonna work because I think mathematically this is gonna be cool. So white is everything. If we have a red receiving crystal, all right, hello, welcome Ameridev. So if we have a red receiving crystal and you get a white signal, that white contains red. Your signal is all of the colors. It's not actually white, it's just everything. So by just putting it onto the crystal, it'll turn it on, whatever that is. So if you put any other color other than red or white, or whatever like sequence color that you have, as long as there's red in there somewhere, you're good. So that's like the very basis. But basically, crystals can only take the same color mana, not like exclusive. So if you like shove red and blue at a crystal, it's just going to accept the red, whatever the case is. Like the blue and green aren't going to affect it. Crystals can take white because white is all the colors, including the one we're trying to source. And all the color mana together are white. This actually is kind of stupid. I'm gonna be honest. This is not true. Where's the, like, it is in terms of like visually, but functionally it's stupid. So how do I? You know what? We're just gonna white out it. Or do how? Oh, you know what? Let's do this as Epstein redaction. We're gonna highlight it black. Ha! Now you can select over it and you can see the text. This is great. Yeah, so this is great. White. So Hytale Modding says white could be nullifying. So when you add white, it dulls the signal. So this is a binary system for now, but I'm very dedicated to it. As in, I'm not going to make anything more complicated than binary, at least until the point of this is done. Yeah, this is government level redaction. We are professionals here. We got government level redactions. So, okay, this is the bare fundamentals. This is like color theory number 0, because we made up our own color system. This is our own logic. Get out of here. This is not in order. Yes, it is for now. So, basic concept. We have the filter. Imagine you just put a glass pane and then you can color the lens with a crystal. So you have your glass pane here, very simple. Then you right click it with a crystal. You're holding the crystal and you just right click it. Whether or not it consumes it just depends. No, this is not another 48-hour stream. Trust me, it's not another 48-hour stream. I would lose my shit. So we're not doing that. So you right click it on the panel and you're setting the color, and this is what the filter is. So think of it as, if you're going to be sending out colors, you can put this in front of the thing sending and you're only sending out that color. Or you put it on the receiving end and you're only receiving that color. I'm going to be honest, I don't have any current use cases for various colors and all that, but that is up to everybody else to figure out. For me, I have specific mentalities. Light, mana. can go through natural stuff. You have 2 mana things. Let's go in game so I can just show you conceptually. All right, we have 2 things. They are outputting a signal between them. All right. Well, too bad. You want to build your house out of wood planks, right? But you're like, man, I really want this signal. And this is why I'm really making this system like this. All right. You're like, okay, here's the hallway. You have 2 systems, one on each side. It'll work right here. Your signal is going to propagate from this one to this one. It doesn't see the wood. This system is going to be a little interesting to integrate because, how do I put this? It'll be interesting because I think I have to add this component. I have to add a way to specifically detect if a certain type of block is added, and that is possible. I just have to figure out how it's possible. Future me how. This is a later implementation to be done, but let's say this is the concept of everything thus far. Let's say you get a gold block, because that is metal. Alright, we're gonna get this pretty gold block, because it matches the aesthetic. You put this here, these guys don't connect anymore. So this is like your, hey, I just want to block signals type of thing. We'll talk about some other systems. I have to figure out how to, not multi-block, but like you right click on a block and adds a model to the block. It's a thing. I need to figure out if it's even possible, because I don't want to create like 36 block states or more. Actually, that'd be 6 factorial. That's a lot of block states. So I'm sure programmatically I can add visual things. But yeah, yeah, tin hat foil mod goes hard. Anyways, just a little thing. All right, so basically these are the rules. This is the rules of this universe. I wanted to break it down to fundamentals, like, okay, how we do this. So nature, rock, wood, literally anything you can make up except for metal. I'm sure there's like another, I can do like a flesh symbol here if I wanted. I think it's kind of implied that like if you get a flesh block that signals will just pass through it, or maybe it'll just reanimate it. I don't know. Point being, metal ain't it. So basically these 3 rules, which are drawn and depicted here. The crystal lens filters mana. It'll filter mana to a specific color, either receive or react. That's the concept. You right click, boom. This is a little apply symbol. I gotta. We can worry about the iconography later. We should hire some like IKEA professionals. Mana can go through nature and rock. I think that kind of makes sense. I mean, what other block types are there? We got nature, we got rock, we got metal. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Yes, blue onion filters out all about blue. Yes. So the first block we're gonna have added in terms of like this network design. Again, we're gonna have the cables. We're still gonna have the cables. That's its own thing. I want to get the ley line. I'm using the term ley line, even though I said I wasn't going to. The ley line system, this mana flowing through the air system, I think is more useful for your average person, and the conduits are just a little less. Basically, a block splits 3 and 3. You have these little corners that indicate which side is like all 3. Have a little symbol. I look for the corner. But basic block just splits the signal, or like not even splits. It's a mirror, right? So imagine a mirror in each corner, and I don't even know what ley line means. I just think it's fun to say. Like I said, all terminology is kind of in limbo. Cringe. So these blocks here, they're just mirror splits. They split 3 ways on each side. That's it. I'm sure we can make another one. This is just conceptually a thing. So signal comes in one way, makes it 2 ways, the other 2 ways too, but it's like reversible. Just basically 2 separate blocks. That's the thing. That's it. But this will introduce the concept. Right-clicking metal on any face will block it. Again, this visually, like programmatically, easy. Visually, I need to figure out a way how to make this work. Leyline it is then. It is wavelengths of magic. It works. We're running with it. So, I need to figure out how we can visually edit the models like this. I'm pretty sure there's a way, without just using states, because That's a lot of states, and that's a lot of programming. Maybe I can procedurally make them in game as it launches. Um, Ideally not the case, because that's a lot of like case systems. I'd rather just be able to right click it. Um, yeah, I think ley lines just kind of work. We'll run it for now. I'm sure we can choose a better name than conduits and/or ley lines. It just sounds magical enough. Thank you. um, I appreciate it. I really should. A bunch of my chat did that for me, but like, I want to make something that's like presentable. Like this is a project I want to get done ASAP. I need to break things down to rules. So I'm like, okay, this is the core system, so I can just work with it. So you say there's a difference between blocks and entities. Not really. Like, yes, components are designed to be with entities or with in the chunk system, but they're all kind of like intermingled. It crashes the game if you use the wrong one, but kind of could. I appreciate it. No, that's not your name specifically, but I really like saying it like that. I'm sure it either means something or you just really like those letters. Probably in that order. B is definitely a better letter than C. Just saying. So, Bondawit binds. Oh my god. I'm so brain dead. But for placing filters and modifiers, yeah, I don't know. I could just spawn an entity for the visual effect. Just like when you're within range, you can just see the entity. I don't know. That's a +1 feature. I would like to do that definitely for the release, but for now we got to get it working, and then I can just like show it up because the faces are there. All that data is there. If I right click a face, I know what face, what block I'm doing that on, so I know where to apply the filter. I just need to figure out how to display the filter. I mean, okay, this is all red, green, and blue, but yes. I mean, technically you can make a TV out of this because we've got 7 channels. You can get quite a few bits in there. This is archaic television. This is magic television. So, up to sticky piston. I was not expecting this. Me and I don't know if it was Lichtmar specifically, but this was yesterday in the Discord. We were just kind of chatting. I don't think it was Liftmark. It was Bruno Liv, I believe. I can't remember his full name. It's like a B and a Lee in there. So it's something with bully. He was like, oh, you should just send a second signal to turn it off. And I was like, that's genius. It's going a lot better with some Sleep Nights Bath. I appreciate the concern. So this is the basic concept. And tell me if this diagram makes sense, right? So piston. Sticky piston. Can we zoom in? We can zoom in. Sticky piston. When you just send the red signal, it acts like a normal sticky piston. You push it forward, it pushes. When you pull it back, it pulls back. So dashed yellow, it's optional. Like, you don't need the yellow signal, you just need the red signal. But when you stop the signals, right, there's no signal red or yellow coming in, it pulls back, acts sticky. But once this started breaking my brain, like, to the magnitude that you could math this with just two colors that having to do the piston like zero tick bullshit that Minecraft has. What if you actuated, like you normally do, you push out, but then you only send the yellow signal, you stop sending the red. Well, what do you get? The piston does not stick, it just pulls back. So 2 signals, 2 different behaviors depending on how you send them. Again, no idea how people are going to implement this. I gotta figure out like fundamentally how to make this just work. There are tick delays, so we could just like tick delay just the yellow color. Yep, well, it's funny, Rib 1968 table. It's interesting you say that. So first off, this is introducing rules specific to the sticky piston, but I want to enable this iconography. The gem in the center is the power. The yellow is the alternative mode, and not just specifically red and yellow, but like 2 little dots on the sides, separate lights, is an alternative mode. And you can set up states for the textures and all that based off of that. So just headcanon and canon in game, establishing the visual identity of the gemstone is power on off. The alternative stones that are visually there are like, hey, this is our alternative action. In this case, for Sticky Piston, yellow does that. So, Knight's Path, probably. Probably, I'm saying, because, like, if you were to, see, that's the thing, if you were to stick a block, right, like, you probably, this is interesting, like, what if you just sent yellow, or what if you just sent, like, red and yellow at the same time, doesn't really do anything, because it's actuating, I don't know, right now this is just kind of where we're at. Yeah, this is, the whole system needs to be, like, really complex but really simple at the same time. Like, all the colors run through the same system and will just work. we'll see how everything actually turns out. For all I know, I'm just going crazy. This might, in practice, be horrible. But the only way to find out is just to throw it out there. So I just want to set, like, a basic set of rules and, like, okay, I need to finish specifically this system, release it, and then see. So this is a little bit different. So this would be the quote-unquote like higher tier piston, like a graviton, denator, I don't know. But this would have a pass-through system, so you could pass a signal through the face of the block while you're actuating it. But you can apply, let's say, the orange crystal or red or whatever. You would filter it so that action only happens when you're moving it forward. Void, well, this is for the crude sticky piston. It's not really going to have void magic. I didn't really assert void as sticky. I'm going to need more context on how we got some sticky void creatures, you know. It's funny that you say infinite piston train. Lichtmarv was messing around with conveyors and stuff. And he ended up making one really easily. Gravity void, yeah, but it's still not sticky. Like, it's just a normal piston, you know. Like, it's meant to be like cobbled together. Maybe for like the higher tier ones that could work. TBD recipes and full like lore aesthetics. I want this to just function. But yeah, this advanced 6-way whatever. This is where the concept of taking a piece of metal and like blocking an output, I think, really comes into play. And then you can also apply a specific color, and then that color is what it actuates. And then I need some sort of symbolism here. So really, that's the big thing, is like figuring out how do I do this and make it visual to the player. Which video video you're talking about, Matthew? Snails? I'm gonna make a snail piston. No, I was just gonna use like tree sap, because it's like already like a really common resource. Yeah, I had like 4 live stream videos. I think I did see something. Sorry, there's a lot I read through. But I'm gonna go to the end, like, couple of slides here. So yeah, tree sap just kind of works. It's a common resource. The crude piston is just supposed to be like commonly available. The higher tier stuff, we'll get into that. So the like observer, this is like an observer, right, block. I don't have a name for it. I just was like seer. I wrote seer here. Sure, it's sees. So again, I hope these diagrams are kind of making sense. You can right click it to change the color level settings, and that chooses which block this thing sees. Along with it seeing a specific block, it outputs possibly that color. I'm thinking of changing this so outputs all colors unless you... Just outputs all colors. So ignore the specific color coming out. But by right-clicking it, or maybe even putting a specific color into the side, it chooses which block it detects. When there's a state change on that block, it'll output 1 tick pulse. See, that's the thing. GUI, this would be a... So, Dandelion's asking if I consider a configuration GUI. For this specific item, I want it to be visual on the side. You right click it, right? Makes a little, sound effect, something like magical, like, ooh, something just happened. Like you click a button in Star Trek. And then visually on the side, a different indicator will show, oh, you're detecting 2 blocks out, and maybe like some sort of particle effect or something. So you can configure this to detect more, basically. No, Matt, what is with you and things exploding? I appreciate the advice. If you want to make an explosive mod, go ahead. Yeah, so the basic piston, I'm only going to maybe do 2 blocks worth of pushing, which is criminal to any redstoner. Because if it can only push 2 blocks and only be detected from the back, that is horrible. That is actually just horrible. Like, modders will, like, redstone people will hate me for this. But I will make it up for this higher level piston advanced thingamabob, which which would be able to do like attunements and other stuff. So I think, yeah, for computer makers, just doing like 1 or 2 blocks is just enough. In fact, a lot of redstone contraptions are just a sticky block and a redstone block. So just saying, that's a thing. I want to keep it simple for the crude one, because if you're making a tiny door, piston door, you don't really need like much. Well, see, it is useless. That's why we'll have higher level ones that can do like more blocks. I want to like add some tiers here where like if you want more functionality or if you only need like a little bit, can we sell it for? We're gonna have to negotiate. We're gonna have to negotiate in the future. Let's put the system out there and see what we get. So, yeah, mana hate metal. The big concept here. Metal and mana hate each other. So, this observer, 1 tick output. I think this is okay. It's like 1x. I guess it does have the aesthetics of a portal. It won't be a portal. Okay, we can... Matt, that is a good proposition. That is a very good proposition here. I like that. I like that. So this observer does this. It's pretty simple. It just detects a change in that specific block, does a thing. Mithril piston, lots of blocks. Hey, we might be able to work something out. So that's like the basics. So we go here to the mana block. This is like critically simple. In fact, I didn't even finish drawing all the graphics for it and how I wanted it to look or like function. I was just like, this is basic. You send a tick pulse in, it opens the door. You send the tick pulse in, it closes the door. That's it. You put a filter on the front, or maybe you just right click a crystal on the inside, honestly, whatever. You put a filter and boop, it outputs a different color. Like beyond simple of a concept. It's just like, it just does that. It just opens the door, outputs a signal. That's it. That's literally the whole block. That's probably the simplest one of them all. Now we get to I don't even know what this is called. Somebody had a good term for it, and I don't even know. But basically, 5 tick pulses go in. I don't know if I want to do pulses or like 5 ticks worth of data. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I think just 5 ticks worth of data means it pulses out 1 tick. So in 1 second, you get 6 pulses out of this at 30 ticks per second. So this is unnecessarily complicated, but basically for each side that you block with metal, it'll not output out of that side, but it'll pulse faster. So, for example, if you don't block any sides, you have 1 input, 5 outputs. That means once every 5 ticks, boom, it pulses out. Or once every 4 ticks if you block off 1 exit. 2, 3, well, actually, no, 3, 2, my bad. And then the last one is a 1 tick delay. You block out all the outputs, 1 tick delay. That's it. And then maybe crystal attuning for the output. I feel like that's pretty simple. You just right click it, it just does a specific color output. And that's it. I feel like these are tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like this is the fundamentals to just make it work. just makes all these systems work. All these systems can intertwine. There's no entity detection or like a bunch of other stuff I really want to add, but I think this works. A timer block could literally be made. Like you can make a timer out of this. I think a dedicated timer block is a bit uh hmm, crude, but like use this, right? It's like a delay thing, so then you can like have a false. Yes, Matt. Please, what is your hand raise? And please don't say blowing up. Yeah, if it. Hmm. Hmm. Not physically block. I think per side, like setting, like you right click it with ironing it. Matt, I love you, man. You're definitely entertaining. But I does this like vaguely like make sense as a concept? Like if you saw somebody do this once, it's like completely makes sense. Or maybe like if you messed around, do you think like this type of system that would just like click? Because I feel like it would. I feel like this is like if I introduce the concept of blocking exits, probably honestly probably at this level, like I feel like that just kind of works. Um, personally. Okay. Okay. Think it makes sense. All right, I like that. You know, like you think you can understand it is the best way you can put it. Because I feel like this is separate enough from Redstone, and it would just kind of work. So we'll see. Um, but yeah, but like this would be like a one-way repeater. Like if you put two of these back, no, we're not doing another 48 hours. Did I? Oh, did I not change the name of the stream? Is that why you guys are like, oh, we're doing another 48-hour stream? Oh my god, I didn't. Hold on. Hold the door. Oh my god, what is my YouTube studio doing? That explains why you guys are like, oh, we're doing another 48-hour stream? Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god, everybody's probably like, oh, this guy's gonna go for 48 hours? What happened last time? And I'm like, 48 hours, please. Um, yeah, this is what we call that I'm a brain dead streamer. I'm not even a streamer. I'm just here. I don't know why you guys are hanging out, but I appreciate it. Hytale Modding Conduits and stuff. Help. Okay, I saved it. It should say. It should change. No, I don't owe you 48 whole hours. I mean, honestly, with the introduction of pistons that you have, you can already block signals by putting metal with a sticky piston. So theoretically, yeah, there's different ways people can do it. Yeah, we don't need the Red Bull. I already had plenty of Red Bull. We don't need to do that again. Um, yeah, I guess the metal thing is kind of unnecessary to like use an iron ingot or this might it is over. I just forgot to change the stream title when I launched. I didn't even think about the stream title, so it's changed now. If you refresh, you should get the new title. Um, am I an angel? I'd be Icarus if anything. um, yeah, I think just right clicking the faces might also work. Like if you're holding a crystal, it can change attenuation, but just right clicking a face would just disable it and just put like metal bars across it just for the visual part. The basic piston, I'm thinking just the back. And like I said, it is brutal. I'm telling you, people who do redstone are gonna hate me for this, but, but I think the higher level pistons will make up for it because they'll be able to do all the other stuff like more pushing and being accessed from multiple sides and signal pass through, which are things that do not exist in Minecraft. Like you can't pass through a signal; you have to create a separate signal chain to. Yeah, I agree. Actual metal doesn't make sense. So I think just right clicking it and then just like two metal bars showing up, um, I think that makes more sense. Can blocked entities be extended with extra data structures? What do you mean by that? Or is it no? So that's the thing. That's what I want to figure out. So this is not state based internally. Like the conduit system, like you set the data in the entity, and then the conduit system takes care of it. Or sorry, the component, not the entity. The component you're going to modify this data. So when I right click the side of the block, there's going to be a system that detects that and then changes the setting, and then the ticking system will detect it. It is actually fairly trivial to see what side you right clicked. But I gotta figure out per face graphics and or at least visually showing this to the player. That I'm not sure about. Excuse me about the burps. So that's the one thing that I'm like, this would be cool. How? Like, I can put a separate I guess actually I can put a separate component in the block that its only job is to just display those entities on the blocking faces. Like, it's internal still that those faces are blocked, like in the block logic itself, like the handling system, because like that just needs to work without any visual worry. But yeah, I think a separate component in the block basically that detects, okay, you right click this face, or like this gets triggered, we're gonna toggle this block face state, and then we're gonna read that block face state to display. So I gotta figure out that, because like, for example, a block will spawn particles. Particles are entities, so you're spawning a particle entity separately on these blocks. So this is workable. We can work with it. It's gonna be wire plus wireless. Yeah, it's gonna be wired and wireless. I already have the wired like system done, but the wireless, I feel like it's gonna carry most of it. And all the wired would do is just block the wireless output and just like reroute it, doing its own thing. So you can like have more compact systems. And then you said, what's the power transfer method? Basically, it's gonna be a life cycle of data, right? Kind of like an embedded system. We receive data in some form and then we transfer. Or if you have a timer, you know, that's different. But like this, for example, will observe a change, like I have an observer for Minecraft. It observes it, sends a pulse, and then from there, a bunch of mechanisms might trigger from that. Well, nice path. If you're blocking a face already, you don't have to block it on both blocks. Otherwise, you'd probably have to do like some sort of pushing. I guess there could be some sort of configurator mod, but I ain't worried about that. Yeah, Blue Davrio, wow, there's just so many unique names. Blue, I'll just call you Blue D. Blue D? Not just Blue. Blue, what you're saying is, yeah, if we had like something like a toggling system for doors, I don't know. First off, that's gonna be a little hard to pull off because that'd have to be like an internal system, you know, because when you use a door, you're just using it. You're just triggering a state change. If this was a state, like I said, there would be like, okay, if we just had like 5 spaces to block off, that'd be 5 factorial states. That is 5 times 4, which is 20, times 3, which is 60, times 2 is 100. That'd be 120 block states for every combination of things you could block off. That ain't happening, Chief. And then add another crystal color, that's like almost 800, probably more. That's like probably like 840 or something like that. That is a lot. Yeah, it would block things a lot. Like you're kind of what you're doing is you're configuring the block, right? So you place down, you configure it, and it should be good. I do agree having some way to access faces that are hidden would be nice. Maybe some sort of ooh, you know what? Factorio. When you have, or not Factorio, Captains of Industry, the video game Captains of Industry, it's in beta. When you're doing pipe systems in it, you can configure each side of like a pipe connector, an advanced pipe connector. You can configure each side of it, and when you use the interface for it, in this case, I'd rather like some sort of like dedicated tool. shows up a screen that overlays basically your exact screen. Probably just zoomed in a little bit, but like the exact angle of everything, and shows each and every face, and then you can change all the settings, but it's like in context of the world it's already in. I don't know. A branch staff, something, a tool, you know, probably just Joe down the street. But it like didn't overlay. That's like the only thing I would consider UI based. We're not doing Sonic Screwdriver. Sorry, I'm not autistic enough for Sonic. I'm sorry. I don't like chili dogs enough. I got rings though. No, I don't. I'm not married. So we're looking for a white. Anyways, so this is just like fundamentals. I'm glad I did the sanity check. So yeah, now we just gotta implement. Entity state detection is gonna be interesting. So difficulties in the system is going to be detecting block states, because I don't know how to do that. I'm pretty sure it's possible. So we might have to like register block state updates. This one's going to be interesting. So that's going to be difficult. And what's also going to be difficult is making these like visual overlays. So yeah, well, Sonic Screwdriver I think was an item in one of the modern Minecraft stuff. But if Sonic Screwdriver is like a Doctor Who reference, I'm sorry, I'm culturally challenged. But I think these are the only two difficulties. Everything else, oh, I guess this would also be, but this is really just detect all the blocks beforehand and then just monitor like block state updates in those areas. So this isn't like derived too difficult, right? And this is just like a state change of like the color. But yeah. So Blue Dove Davriel, how the sand code works. All right, we're pulling out the docs. So I'll just break out how the sand code works, and I'll try not to flashbang you guys. Yeah, I didn't know you could edit a layer you can't even see. That's a first in any editing program ever. So you have a sand block, right? You have a sand block here. And we're going to give it nice sandy texture. It's going to be a little squished. Sorry guys, this is like a half sand block. So your sand block here, this is how like physics items work in this game. What it does when it's placed down in the world, it checks the block underneath it. And all it asks is this a full block? Is this a block that is one, like basically 1 by 1 size? Slant, yes, this is a slant block. So it detects, is this a 1 by 1, you know, block? And it doesn't detect anymore. It doesn't even care what's going on. It's just like, I'm here, whatever. Well, what happens is when you delete this block underneath, this block, when it's deleted, right, we get a big old red X, like boom, this block is gone. It performs an update here. This block update detects, or it doesn't detect, but it updates when this happens. It updates all like adjacent blocks, and then this sand block here checks. Oh hey, sorry, I need something more couple. Are we still supported by a full block? And it's gonna be like, well, no, we're not, and it'll just fall then. But it's not checking at any point like before then. Yeah, it's very efficient. It only updates, yeah, just like Minecraft. Well, a little bit better the block Minecraft updates. My question is, can we register block updates? So can I say, can I do this? This is my question, and I will have to figure it out. Is if I have a block over here, right, some arbitrary block, and I'm like, hey, this block right here, its job isn't to detect its neighbors or anything like that. No, this block only cares about this specific space here. Okay, this is all it cares about. And when this, did I run out of ink? Oh no, it crashed. Thank God I saved all my drawings. Well, flashbang. So if I had a specific block here, right, and all this block cares about is this block that's a few blocks away, and it only cares about this, right? can I take this block, some component here, right? Can I take some component and say, hey, this component is only looking at this block here, and when this block specifically updates, yeah, I actually ran out of ink in the image editing software. I was like, oh, you're out of ink. You've made too many pages. Oh yeah, Minecraft block updates are crazy. You get a lot of weird stuff. So this is what I'm asking for. I started a little early. Everybody say hi to Liked in the chat. I didn't want to show his creation off or anything. I'm gonna hold off on that. You can do it as you want, Liked. But once the circuits are done and we integrate you as a plugin, I really want to see that work. It's so cool. If you guys can go on the Discord and see a preview of it in the general voice text chat, to see a little preview of what he did. If you want, it's up to you if you care enough. But it's so cool. I'm so excited, and you got that done so efficiently. I love that. Definitely when I was working on the pistons, I went down the rock pipelines. Well, I guess I will do a quick preview. So he made this. Before I did, mind you. Which is hilarious because he was like, I'm just gonna make this work. I'm gonna do a couple simple systems that just work. And yeah, that's it. He just made a simple system that made a cobblestone wall generator, which he has a conveyor belt system here, which just takes the block and like builds a conveyor. What was it, Tinkerers that originally had that or something? And then a timer block. That's all he did, and he made this, and this will fill the entire thing. It's so cool to me, and I'm just like, well, why did I have to go to the complicated route and build an entire backend system? I could have just made this, called it good, and then go to sleep. But no. So I think this is really cool. Liked. I always say your name differently every time, but this is just cool. I love this, and I cannot wait to see like how something like this will just work. Yeah, a block swapper. Yeah, this thing is very fun. Very fun. So that was cool. That was immensely cool to see, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. And I'm so glad you're in the modding community. Like, that was fantastic to see. Where are we here? So yeah, I need to figure this out. Can I register, like, say this component cares about this block update. When this block update happens, update this component. I gotta see if this is a thing. So yeah, I need to figure this out. Can we register block updates? So we're gonna start digging in the code of the game and seeing if there's anything like that. And I guess the best way we're gonna do this is just type in block update. Let's see if we just see anything. We see nothing. That's because I have caps detection. So why? What? I don't even know how much space is in there. So, I don't see a way to access. I mean, it could. Chunk access or performs block updates. This is all performing block updates. What does it mean to perform a block update? Oh, this updates a 3x3 area around that block. Cool. And then it runs block section block chunk equals this the get block section chunk util. You know what? And it sets ticking into true, so it forces those spots to tick. What if we added a detection component to the block we're trying to detect for block updates? No. Well, yes, because I think that's what we want to do. So let's take this back to our block state detector. For conduit gem update, I haven't checked the Discord yet. Is this in the Discord, Jackus? Yeah, the block swapper is in the Discord if you want to take a look at that. Conduit gem update. What did you call it? Is it in the general? I'll have to take a look. I'll have to take a look. I'm just, yeah. I don't see it right off the bat. So, I'm so excited. Yeah, the chat's all talking about the Discord. Really take a look. You know, we already have some really cool stuff getting uploaded there. You know, Jackie, Dracus, and like they're all like big contributors. Yeah, so it's 3x3, so it's not adjacent. Yeah, so you do get diagonal detections. But okay, so we have our observer block here, right? So this block here, it detects, you know, whatever spot here. So, this block has a component C. Well, I guess it's not going to have a component. So when this is placed, yes, I'm still doing the Vegeta reveal at 1,000 subs. You guys are gonna love it. So, if I can add a component to this block, right? If I can add a component to this block that basically on tick checks the block state and then sends that data back, right? Like, it'll just send the block state back. It's not going to actually do anything if let's say we perform a block update here. It'll update all of its neighboring blocks, including this one. And it's not going to do anything because the block state hasn't changed for this specific block. Oh, I appreciate Dylan. Yeah, we gotta do the Vegeta reveal. Oh, Drax, you made that the gem. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I did not even like associate. I did see. Oh, wait, you put more in. Oh, that's cool. He's got like a little animated like gem spray here. It's really cool. Again, I still don't feel like it's like Hytale because Hytale is so soft. It doesn't really have many hard pixel graphics. But yeah, this is Vegeta get bigger when he yells. That's for you guys to find out. So, the question here is, can I add a component to a different block that's already placed in the world? Pathfinding detection? I'm not sure you mean blue. Like, I could. Alright, you can. The most obvious way, the naive way to do this is just say every single tick, right? Every single tick, just look at this block and see if this state equals a previous state. Yeah, no, it looks really good. The crystal component design, I really like that. So if we detected every single tick that block state, right? That's not efficient at all, right? Because you're doing checks every tick. It might not actually matter. Like, is there any block that like does it? It would be checking each tick. I think for now we're gonna do the naive approach. For now, I kind of hate it. Not gonna lie, but yeah, but if it's checking every X ticks and then you're doing like some sort of tick magic, it's not gonna be like good. You know what? Blue, you're crazy. We can create a crude detector. See, this is why I like chat. This is why I love having chat. Just a crude detector. You're right. There should be a crude detector that checks for a block update 2 blocks out. Would it be 2 blocks out or would it be 1 block out? I guess if the pistons are pushing 2 blocks, then the detectors detect 2 blocks. No, we're going to do 1 block. Crude 1 block detector for now. That checks once a second. Yeah, for the crude one, I think 1 block does make sense. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So, you know what we're going to do? We are going to go crazy. And we're going to start in block bench, because when I draw it, then I get really excited. The piston, fun fact, the piston, I designed the model first, then created a thing, and then yeah. So, okay, Knight's Path. You just say once per 30 ticks, but if we say once per, no, yeah, once per 36 ticks, and then we're gonna say in like the tooltip, occasionally checks for changes. You know. No, I agree. I agree. Crude of everything works, and it'll just be a good fundamental for us to start. And once per 36 is a great start. Exactly, exactly. I love chat. I love chat. So we're gonna go ahead and we're not gonna take the crude piston. We're just gonna create a new block. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm gonna start from scratch, buddy. Yeah, it's 30 ticks per second, but if we say once per second, it's like, you know, it's kind of weird. We're just gonna say occasionally. Just occasionally checks it. Yeah, the components. So I really recommend looking at Trouble Dev's Entity ECS video, Entity Component System. It's really important. I really recommend for you to take a look at that video. It is so good at explaining the fundamentals, and it still won't make sense after you watch that video. But if you watch that video, start making things, then your brain's like, oh shit, I remember this term. And then you go rewatch it after a little bit, and it makes sense. So, yeah, I agree. So we're going to go ahead and create a new model. And besides, everybody's going to leave it. This is going to be crude detector. It's just going to be a box. It's just going to be a box. I don't know why I'm acting like it's going to be anything more than that. So we're going to... We're going to keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. You know, a guy from The Simpsons. I don't know why, but I'm like obsessed with him. So this is 2 blocks tall, so we want to go up 30. Boom. 32. Why is it so ugly? Oh, why are you ugly? No, you're even uglier. What am I doing? I am... Wait, you're 32 by 32. Why aren't you 32 by 32? Oh, you are 32 by 32. Why are you offset? Okay, we just fixed it. I don't know what I did. We're gonna do per face. I like that better. yeah, the doing the model was definitely interesting for the piston. I learned a lot from doing that. What would the recipe be? I think you should be able to rip the eyes out of the beholders. And no, it's a crude item. We don't need that. But that'd be really fun to have like a beholder eye on the topper tier. Yeah. Oh, what was it saying? What did I say? I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, I don't know. Just keep it simple. I don't know what it's gonna be. I came up with the piston recipe like halfway through. Are void eyes a thing? I don't even know what half the ingredients are. Cause I did play a bit. Did I just type an ingredient? Oh, I thought I just killed my game. I was about to cry. Ooh, that's spooky. There's not too many ingredients in the game. I thought there would have been more. Is there like an eye ingredient? No. Why is arrow? Deadeye arrow. They're not beholders? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trigger the whole chat. They're void eyes. Okay. Maybe a void eye, but that would be too much. I don't know. We'd probably keep it simple. That's all. I'm not too worried about semantics. Yeah, sure. But let's go start designing. We're gonna go ahead and open up all the assets. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and move this to my 4th window. Yeah, there we go. And then we're gonna open up the file explorer. And yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go into the Hytale assets, which is actually not even there. It's under Hytale project assets because I stole it all from there. This is all. Ooh. Why is there a unicorn? Wait, what's going on here? It's so cute. Oh my god, that's adorable. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not gonna overthink it. So common. Let's just look up eye. What comes up with eye? I love eyes. Just eye patches. Quebec eyes for their own model? They're so cute. What if you get to rip out Quebec hearts? Huh? Yeah, yeah, I think gems would probably make sense. That's horrifying. I didn't know that they had graphics for them. I just want to see like what eye. Wow, there's really not that many eye resources. I would have thought there would have been more. Oh, here's like the void eye like graphic. Oh, ooh. We're gonna import texture. Um, that's just kind of cool. This is not the right face. Can you please? Uh, what did I? Huh? What did I just do? Okay, I don't like the box UV. Um, can I change this? How do I box UV and then I know this is like not that good of a way to do this. And it's not efficient. I don't care. I want this to just work. Oh my god, Matt! No, when Matt raises his hand, he's usually gonna say "blow it up," and then here he goes saying "Quebec enslaving," which I'm all for. Oh my god, we put a Quebec. We make the block a Quebec in a cage. Oh, why did I do like a super nerdy laugh? That was funny. Um, wait, no, no, no. I didn't want to import the texture. I see what I'm doing wrong. Uh, no, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, you know what help if I had a texture in the first place? Um, create texture. Sure. Oh my god. Yeah, everybody please like and subscribe. Yeah, yes, Dracus, I'm not your teacher. Go ahead. Go ahead, do whatever. Um, torturing Koroks? No, I want to torture Queebs. I really do want to make a Queeb launcher. I think that's the only appropriate thing. We want to enable layers. I forget how to do this. Toolbar, no. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Nice. Okay, this is getting perpetually smaller. Um, how do I? Is it like Alt Shift or? We're gonna put this guy over here. We're gonna full. I don't want to full screen it because I just want to see you guys. I can close my spreadsheet, right? Yeah, I want to save it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I know you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing, but just go with it. Okay. So which way is north? Blue. Blue is north. Okay, blue is where we want the eye. I know they say we should do like west side like stuff. I don't care. On golem eyes. Let's see if we have any access to any golem textures. The answer is they're not called golems in the game files. I don't know what they're called. Models, model textures. Excuse me. Whoa. Oh, oh, that is a sick texture set. Hold on. Hold on, that is kind of sick. I'm sure there's plenty. This is kind of cool. I think because this is gonna really work with the crew texture. We're gonna keep this here for now. To new layer. We're gonna leave that for now. But that is sick. That would be a very good placeholder. But I'm just gonna at least make the graphic just so I like have something to base off of. Because I do want to make this like a little more cobbled. So we are going to. Do we do the Mossy again? Is the Mossy too much to do 2 times in a row? Is it? Probably. Ah, you guys are right. Oh, there we go. Basalt cobble. I want to make multiple like aesthetics. I do think the basalt cobble is kind of sick, but I want something that fits the early game just so easily. So we're gonna keep it simple, stupid. Um, sorry, I'm actually like, I think I'm the stupid one. Actually, I know I'm the stupid one. What I wanted to see if there was a. No, I don't see. Yeah, we have only a few. I don't think I've found basalt in my playthrough yet. I'll be perfectly honest. Whatever that means, just take it. Um, yeah, I guess we'll just. Like, trust me, I think it'd look sick, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I think it'd actually look pretty cool. Um, does it actually look good? It looks good enough. I know it's not quite right to how they do this. Um, but we're gonna go ahead and do the. Oh wait, no, I should do this. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're gonna do this, the corner. Yeah, we're gonna do the corner pieces, right? Just let me cook, okay, guys? Let me cook. We're gonna. Yeah. Right. So then we're gonna do the corner pieces like that, and then for the face, we're going to do the. I know there's a stone texture I want. Um. Yeah, I think this is a good base. Right, the front face. So it's like kind of. Is this too much? We're gonna run with it. And then we need for our output graphic, we will have to change this eventually, but again, just for it to work. Yeah, it does need an eye. It does need an eye. We're working on that. So then we go ahead and where are the eyes? The eyes are here. Wait, what? All right, I'm not gonna overthink it. We're gonna do some wizardry. I know this is like super simple. We're just gonna copy. We're gonna go ahead and select this entire piece right here, and we're gonna go ahead and hit this key bind. Dun dun dun. New empty layer, paste. I said paste. I said paste. Thank you. Thank you. We're gonna do that to a new layer. Oh wait, the eyes are. I'm like, why are the eyes going green? Because dumbass, it's an eye texture. I thought that was just the normal eyes where I was like, oh, that's so cool, bro. Yeah, I'm so stupid, bro. Jesus Christ. No, I didn't say that. Cancel. And then we're gonna go ahead and move this layer. Like right here. I know two eyes is kind of like. Oh wait, what am I doing? This wrong face. I think that'll work for now, right? That works for now. And then there we go. Yeah, we're gonna want these to be like oh. No, that's too soft. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. So it kind of has like a slight transparency. Oh yeah, actually, this is what we can do. We can go to this and then right click this, or no. Switch to blend mode. I think different. Oh, no. This is one of these. I'll just make it look like it just is. And I'm definitely not coping. I'm coping. You know what I'm doing? I'm coping. Hard. There should be like yeah, here we go. Sorry, I'm like kind of just trying to get this just right. There we go. And then what we do is we duplicate this layer because I'm about to obliterate it. And then we're gonna grab the eraser. Same thing, bring the size up, bring the sharpness. Oh, God. No, it's too soft. It's too soft. Yeah, I don't... This is busted. It's just blurring. Can I just bring the size down then? Like, is it gonna still do it? God, I want to do this without talking. Yes. Bring the opacity down. Bring the size up. Bring the size down, opacity up. Why isn't it working? Oh. And then we'll bring the opacity down and size down a little bit. Alright, I like that. No, I needed to look nice for the, for the aesthetic. By the way, we're gonna go ahead and go to view in a previous scene, and then we're gonna do the Hytale one. God, this looks great. Why is this busted? Oh, okay, it's just busted on its own. That's fine. I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, still got the visible brow. I like it. I think that works. So we're gonna go ahead and where's our? Yeah, that works. No, I'm just kidding. So, all right. Yeah, I know it's a preview plane. I thought about that afterwards. So now if we also, we're gonna want activated state and deactivated state. Right? And this is more than just purely visuals, guys. We gotta make sure we're doing everything right. On a serious note, though, I do wanna yeah, just set the set the opacity. Yeah, that looks good. All right. I'm sure I could do that. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna do this, and yeah, the butt's also gonna do its thing. We can turn off lock alpha channel. We're gonna bring the size down to 2, and opacity up. Brush, 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 brush. Brush. You guys thought I was an artist. Get out of here. Actually, I don't think anybody thought I was an artist. I thought I was an artist, alright? Let me have dreams, guys. Did I do one more? Yeah, I did one more. Did I do one more? I think I'm off one. I think this is the exact mistake I made with the piston, but we ball. Alright, close enough. We're good. Boom. Perfection. I said I was autistic, not artistic. I don't have a southern draw. Come on, man. But yeah, this is on, and then off for now. You can just have the other one. So, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I'm very much of a fan. Yes. I like it. This crude dude. Yes, we're saving him as crude dude. And then we're gonna go ahead and. Oh wait, we want this. We want this to be per block face actually. Can I just do that? Well, just okay. Will me converting this to per block face just work? How do I do this? I don't think it's going to. How did I do this earlier? That broke. So what you're saying is I messed up. Right click the cube in the right panel. This guy? Well, it still works. Oh wait, no, I want to do it too. Wait, what? No, it's per face UV, right? And then wait, that just worked? Oh shit, that just worked! Yo, that's hype. Okay, okay, I see. I see you now. Okay, that explains why it was so broken at first. Oh, that makes so much sense. That'll make you altruistic or something like that. I don't know. Okay, that's cool. Because we don't actually need to save these models. Well, actually, I'm going to save these textures. I'm going to just save all of them. I don't care. Cool. Did this just completely eliminate my layers? No, there are layers. How do I see them? Why can't I go into my texture editor? Oh, because I'm on the wrong page. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Okay, okay. Okay. We're gonna save this again. Why aren't you in the right category? Sir? Sir, I need you to go into the right category. Yeah, I did it, but I don't actually remember where I saved that. It's a good thing I'm resaving this, because... No. Models. Yeah. We're gonna call this crew dude. And then we're gonna save project as. I guess that technically works, but I do want it under here too. Okay, cool. Then we are going to... Yeah, that's close enough. Okay, cool. We should be able to just save and then close. And I boldly just saved and closed as if that wasn't gonna break immediately. So let's hope it didn't. So then if we go into our Hytale projects and then go to models, we should have, yeah, we got both states. Sweet. You know what I just realized? That did not do what I needed it to do. So we're gonna go ahead and open up Blockbench again. Hey, don't do nothing yet. We get there. We get there. This one. Per face UV. Okay, now how do I file, export, export? Honestly, dude, Knight's Path, I basically did that to one of my worlds. I changed some of the codec things, I fucked up, and then nuked. Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, wait a minute, because I need this per face. Because I need this to export per face, right? How did, wait, go, come back, come, no, there. Because we had this on per face UV. So now I need to export. How do I export? Face properties. No. I guess it's just file. But this is not how I want to export it. I want to export this, please. I totally know how this works. Cobblemon only works with it. Texport texture? No, export texture. Oh, this is like literally a text port here that I just didn't see. No, okay. It has to be here in the textures panel. No, that didn't do it. All right, what you doing, buddy? I need to just export this. What am I doing? I can just Google. Yeah, we have Google. We're on Google's platform. We should just be able to do this. I'm sorry. There's 195 of you viewing right now. 197. Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad this is interesting. I had to that is crazy. I'm sorry. I just noticed that because I usually keep that panel closed, so I like don't get anxious. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. That's insane. I really appreciate it. We have a Discord where a lot of people are talking about mods and stuff. It should be the link in below should work. If you guys are interested, I really appreciate it. So we're sharing a bunch of stuff there. So, oh wait, I'm not gonna say like and subscribe. You definitely shouldn't like and subscribe. You know, definitely after we hit 1,000 subscriptions, I'm not gonna do a Vegeta reveal, whatever that is. Let your mind wander. Only one of you is going to be right. It might be a figurine, it might not be. So Blockbench, export Earth face UV. And the texture panel doesn't act as export? No, if I go right here and hit save as, right, crude off, we end up with crude off being just the whole texture. And I'm like, bro, that's not what I need. I could export the model. Huh? Huh? This? Auto UV? Auto UV? That's not what it is. File, export, export UV map. File, export, export UV map. AI, you're tripping. You're tripping. Where is this? Okay, that's fine. You know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? We're going to go ahead and export this as a whole model. You know what? I'm sure we can just unwrap it, but I don't care. At this point, we tried. So we want these guys and the crude dude model. Yep. So we're gonna copy those, and then we're gonna switch windows to Hytale. Then we're gonna do the crude dude stuff. Ooh, I'm so excited. Assets, asset editor. Actually, what am I doing? Just you scared me. We're gonna go. No, I don't even know what world I'm in. Can I actually go to my other world? I don't remember if I corrupted this one enough. Because I know I corrupted the chunk store data on this one, and I'm hoping it's not bad enough. It probably is bad. Like, I completely destroyed it. Like, I misplaced one of the bits when it came to writing. I didn't realize it after I changed it back. And then, you know, I was messing around. Yeah, it's broken. Well, everybody, F's in the chat for OG Conduit World. Conduit Dev World Dos. Man, I had a really cool building in there I liked. Yeah, big F's in the chat, guys. Big F's. So yeah, it's New World 1. You guys gotta remember, it's New World 1. In fact, we're gonna star the folder so we don't forget. Because I'm working in this, which I probably shouldn't be. Sure, we're gonna do it here. You can see how cumbersome everything gets in my thing here. And then we're gonna want these guys. Alright, cool. Those are all saved. Okay, yeah, there's technically enough bits to do that. If I, per somebody who knows computers better than me, that's a thing we can do. Yeah, arcane conduits. We're gonna start with crude dudes. I'm a little stupid. I'm glad you guys are here to witness it, because I am critically disabled. That is for sure. Like, properly. But yeah. So let's go ahead and build our crude dude. I'm so excited. We're gonna have so much going. This is my crystal. Oh, you're talking about just the cabling? Yeah, I got the routing and everything to work, and then I needed this to work so I can finish that, if that makes sense. So once we're done with this and the pass-through system's working, we're gonna go back and re-implement it into the mod. So for now, it's offline temporarily, and then we'll get to it. It's very temporarily. I just like commented out that code that makes that work. Layers of work in progress, yeah. Basically it's part of that. So we're gonna create a new conduit block item. Oh, I'm so excited. And then we're gonna go ahead and just duplicate this. And this is going to be crude. I really want to call it crude dude internally, and I know it's not going to change if I call it that. We're calling it crude dude. It's crude dude. I don't care. It's crude dude. This is crude dude, guys. Crude dude's great. So, textures. Blocky model. Sure, we're gonna see if that works. All right, we should have crude dude. Ooh, crude dude's offline. Let's go. Wait. Oh no, we need crude dude's rotations. We need crude dude rotating. We gotta do that. We gotta make sure crude dude rotates. So we're gonna go in rotation, variant, double pipe. It's my favorite. Hey man, Apolly, we got a couple side changes to go. Once we get all the quests done, we unlock the main quest line, of which we win. Yes, the crude dudes explained. The crude dudes are explained by this diagram here. This is what maybe the future arcane version would look like, but the crude dude just as the basic. He just does a little tiny one right there. Yes, pistons need redstone, and redstone become conduits, and the conduits need crude dudes. Then, once we have crude dudes, we finish the arcane dividers, and we implement the multi-channel system. Once we have the multi-channel system completed, which is there, just needs full integration and filtering. Once we have all of that with the crude dudes, what we're going to do is then re-implement it as a plugin for the pistons, so then the pistons can use the crude dudes to actuate. And if we have all of those systems, like all of this is just going to come together, and we are going to have what is most possibly the best mod ever to be made in Hytale. And there's only like 5, so this is going to be great. It's not scope creep. We got a very precise. All the scope creep we could ever have is in this one document, plus the pistons document. This is everything. Welcome, Fur Feather. Welcome. Okay, so let's go into state data. Off, on, cool. That's close enough for me. Components. We have conduit block component, which is our base component. We're gonna leave that for now. No, we're not copying redstone exactly. I don't need all the redstone stuff. I'm making my own systems. This is me recovering from the 12 Red Bulls I drank on Sunday, trying to do 48 hours of streaming, and then just respawning after 10 hours. Yeah, I put my brain between 2 conduits. Yeah, we boiled water, and the water was my brain juice. I love it. I love it. So, okay. Let's go into... Can I need... Nope, not that. I actually need to figure out what the flip stuff is. I gotta make sure that's working. Placement settings. We gotta figure out what placing empty blocks is, exactly how that works. At some point. Always visible. Allow rotation key, yes. We want those. And then we want this guy to be whole. So I think this is under general. No, rendering. Nope. Material. Solid. 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 Okay. Let's equip it and see. Oh, look at that. We got the preview rendered. That's awesome. That's awesome. And then, we're going to go into states. We just saw states. On state is going to be off state. Except block light is off on off state. We don't want that. And then on state, yes, on state, we're gonna go block textures. No, block model textures. That's what I'm talking about. And then we're gonna switch this to the on texture. And then we're gonna add some block light, and we're gonna make this nice and like a pale green white. You know, just a little bit of green tinge. The little alpha, you know, alpha. This genius inventor knows the secret. The crude stuff is Minecraft. This is what I'm doing. I'm insulting Minecraft by calling all the stuff that is Minecraft crude. I love Minecraft, but this is crude and barely works. I'm sorry. I don't mean to dog on Minecraft. Just with all the other stuff we're going to eventually add. That's kind of what we have. So we should have... I missed a setting. There should be an always face players setting. Rotation, I believe? Rotation? No. there should be a face player. I know it's like in a weird spot. I've been playing Minecraft since Alpha 2. Not Alpha 1, Alpha 2. Alpha as well. Rotation mode. Facing player. I think this is what we want. And then that way our double pipe should... that's not behaving how I want it to. Facing player. What if I do that? I don't think this is right. Well, that's not right because we need up, down. Rude dude, buddy. We need you to rotate other ways. I thought double pipe is what we wanted. And up, down, I don't know why we can't rotate in that direction. Maybe it is double pipe. What does a non-crude dude do? The non-crude dude do is it do the crude non-do, it can detect multiple blocks. You're right, it probably needs to get reloaded, to be perfectly honest. Whoa, holy shit, that scared me. Okay. Alright, I think the crude dude ain't do nothing. The crude dude's not duding. Dude, why are you so crude? Wait. Yaw placement offset 90. That's not 180. Why did I get the pistons to work, and why am I struggling so much for this to work? You're right, because the piston we had facing upwards. You are 100% right. So we want double pipe. Well, there is an up, down, northeast, southwest option, right? There is that, but when we hit rotate key, like it's not. Like, it's just rotating like this, but it's not... You know what? This is good for now, and then we will figure out up and down later. As Liked Marv says, it only really works good for up-down configuration items, because that's right, the piston is up-down, and then when we rotate it, it like goes in different axes. So you're completely right. You're 100% right. So we gotta... We'll fix that, but you're right. We have to make the crude dude face upwards. So, he's gonna be a little sus, you know. But yeah, the banging is this. Or if you're talking about the banging when I rotate, if you change the rotation settings and the rotation you have currently is invalid, it tries to go to the next rotation, fails, and then freaks out and plays that sound effect, and it scares me every time that happens. I almost piss myself every time, but it's okay. So. Cool. Alright. So we have our crude dudes. Now we gotta make our crude dude code. So the crude dudes can be less crude. Yeah, so we're gonna do... Yeah, the piston sound effects are nice. It was very simple to add. And it has multiple states, I think. I don't know why I did that, actually. I could just do this. Oh, that's right. This axis is a little weird. But this one, it makes like a clunking noise when it can't go. Oh, brother, whoever in the live stream recommended the Freddy Fazbear noise effects, dude, every single time I would flinch. Oh my god, I actually wanted to cry. So no, I wouldn't survive. Believe it or not, there's no sun. Is this a thing? I can just do time day. Oh, the sun. The Freddy, yes, fight that. Cool, we have sunlight. That is very aesthetic. All right, so actually, I underestimate the lighting. I've been playing in creative so much without time that I'm like, oh yeah, everything's just it's just a flat light. No, this is actually really, this works through see-through blocks. That is insane. Wait, what? It works. I really need to figure out the back face textures on this. Dude, that is so cool. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, that made my day. So crew dude, buddy pal, we're gonna have to make your thing. Dude, their lighting is so good. It's so good. So the item general, we're gonna want to re-render this. Preferably like this, and then like that, and like that. Sure. Close enough. It's completely on the wrong axis, but works for me. Alright, so now we gotta add the code for these guys. I've been procrastinating too long. So we're gonna want, so we already have a conduit component. Oh, this requires us actually coding the whole system, like completing the final parts. I hate you guys. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I should be doing this anyway. So in theory, if our crystal conduit component system works properly, this will output a light signal, travel, and activate this. So, yeah. Get rotated, idiot. That's exactly how I feel about this guy. So, this is our very simple test case. Well, ideally, you know, it detects there being like a block state change here. So, how to make your gem? Okay, honestly, not because I toot my own horn. How do I think we have a set state, or there's a command where I can set the state. I actually want to see what this looks like, anyways. State. Commands. I want commands. There should be a set state. Item state. No, that's currently held. Block set. Block get state. Right. And we get our position, and then we do 682 -6. Ooh, okay, that works. So if we did that, why isn't there state information? Oh, there is. I'm just dumb. Hey, you have a good night, Miss Bite. Straw Hat Star, do I hate you? I mean, if you're into it, I can be. Knight's Fat says night. If there's anybody else to tell you good night, it's him. So let's see here. Integer coordinate failed. That's the wrong one. Never mind. I'm silly. Wait, is placed by interaction component. Oh, interesting. Well, I need. You know what? Why am I doing get state? I want to set state. And then we want to do on. Hey, look at that! Look at that! It's on, guys! It's on! Woo! This is just the visuals, right? But I just want to see. Let there be darkness. Okay, that's actually vaguely cool. Like, as far as an aesthetic. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this. A lot of fun. So, all right, cool. I that that looks immensely nice. So, our observer will update when we put things in front. It'll change its state based off of that. Um, yeah, and then really all it does is it checks for the state every 30 ticks. Then every 30 ticks, if the state is the previous state that it was in, it will change its output state. That is all the logic. I'm totally not missing anything. I am definitely not missing anything. I'm probably missing a lot, but we're gonna find out. Honestly, I really like. Okay, one thing you can really do is like do like an aesthetic. I think you can make the crystal work for sure. So I think it should be on until the state is different. I think the crude one, just like the cruise piston, should behave a little different than other blocks, basically. So like the maybe the higher tier ones are like 1 tick, but think of this as like an introduction to how this works, right? Yeah, I was thinking a single toggle. Well, no. A single toggle. Hmm. I don't know, let's code it. Let's code it and see. Because I was thinking, um, no, I think a pulse. I think once a second it checks if it's a different state, it pulses. No, we'll just do that. That's what we're expecting. So I think we're gonna run that. I don't think that's gonna be too hard to integrate into our systems. So, um, cool. Yeah. I think we got it. Um, also, back to back. Oh god, that looks horrible. We're not gonna worry about that. I should set a rotated texture so it's a little bit. Nah, what am I talking about? That looks good. Everybody else can figure it out. Yeah, it would be simple. And I think that would showcase the system a little better. So yeah, I agree. So let's touch fuzzy, get dizzy. Dracus, you're always on something. I love it. I love it. So we're gonna go ahead and we want this guy. Hello. Oh no, you. All right. So, oh, I lied. We did everything except the most important part, as this guy. So we got to set up these network groups. So this is going to just have one network group. So right now this is all numbers and doesn't actually well, I mean, it does stuff, right? But how do you say it needs letters. So I figured out a way how to do that. I just haven't done it yet. Just because I found out like last second yesterday night before I was like gonna go to sleep. I was like, oh crap. Eventually we'll do that. For now, just trust me. Network type. I don't remember any of these values, so I gotta look it up myself. I made this whole system. I don't know jack, but that means it's a problem. So we'll get that fixed. But network type. None is 0, in is 1, out is 2. And this is an output, so this will output to the network. Output from the block, input into the network. So this is number 2, not a pass-through. It's going to be at its origin, the block that we're at, so that's cool. Output inputs, 1. Channel is going to be, I don't know, so we're going to have to do this. Hey man, I just make the systems. I'm not meant to document them. I'm just kidding. I will have to go through and document everything. Yeah, there's an enum codec. Yeah, that's what we were figuring out yesterday, like while we were talking. So I know I can do it. I just haven't done it yet. So yeah, what is with you guys in handling your fuzzies and muzzies? Should I be concerned? Oh god, do I have to ban fuzzy now? We already banned piston milk. Do we have to ban fuzzy from the chat? Dracus, you gotta be careful. It's 2-bit. I'm gonna ignore chat for a minute while I just work on this, because I kind of don't want to know. So network type. Network type is a enum for that, yes, but I need my other codecs. Oyoyore is the conduit output input. This has all of our information. Wait, where is our... Oh, it's in our conduit utils, which is probably a bad idea to put it all in. We'll worry about that later. So we want to do the south face, so that'll be number 4. So we're going to be outputting to channel 4, or to direction 4, and we want to output all channels. So if we go to Chanel here, oh, that's right. This is wrong. This is very wrong. This is very wrong. Crap. I never actually did this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna convert this. Oh no, this gets channel in from. Never mind. Nope. We're good. We're good. So white is going to be, so white beam is going to be adding all of these together plus beam. All right. Cable channel. We won't worry about getting cable. We don't need cable. So yes, I love bit masks. You can't tell me that bit masks aren't like god tier programming. Like you feel like you're coding in like COBOL. So the reason why the colors are powers of 2 is if you want to have pink and purple. You know, you love pink and purple. How these are is these are all written as bits. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bits. So a little weird. Just trust me on this one. So imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, as like numbers. Okay. We're gonna copy and paste this so I can just show you why I'm doing it this way. It's called a bit mask, so I'll just quickly cover a bit mask as I am definitely not procrastinating. Me, never. So bit masks are pretty simple. So when you're doing math in programming, you can do math a couple of different ways. But how we're going to be doing math is along like vertically, basically. So you have bits 0 and 1, and these all represent different numbers. So the reason why we do one of each of these as being like powers of 2 is that's basically another number. So this is the binary representation of each of these numbers. Okay? And the reason why we do it this way is, let's say we want to have a beam that is red. Okay? Well, we could send a list of arguments that says, okay, beam, okay, here's red. Or, if we're masking these using something called bitwise operators, we can literally say, because blue, it doesn't matter. I can change that later. I could. But if you're using the color names here, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be honest. Should I do it the right way? Yes. That's it. I should, but I'm not going to. And I think it'll bother somebody else. So, yeah, you can bit shift too. Yep, you can bit shift. So if you're to bit shift cable, left one, you're going to get beam. Now, that's kind of not really what you should do, but yeah. But anyways, so we can add these together vertically. Cable and beam are kind of exclusive from each other. This really should be... honestly, this should be one bit that's just off or on. Like this one, if it was on, it'd be beam. If it's off, it's cable. I can fix that later. But for the purpose of our demonstration, we want to send all ones for all of these. You would be right. Well, when I was first designing this, I was going to do beams and cables at the same time. That was stupid. But hindsight is like 40-50. Yeah, that's really it. Hindsight, it's all hindsight. So, but I can always change this. It's not really a big thing. Yeah, learning how to code is really important. I mean, not really important, but it's really a helpful tool. But even if you just want to make mods, you don't actually have to know, well, depends on how far you want to go, but you don't need to know that much. I'm building a whole system, So I'm kind of forced to figure all of this out. And then there's mistakes like this. This is a mistake right here. Having a cable and beam being two separate bits is a bad thing. So before I release this publicly, I'm going to have to change this. So that's just a thing because I changed the whole concept of my system. So just so you're aware. So then it would be 8 bits like it's supposed to, not be 9. But really you only have 7 data bits, and then you have like a type bit, so that'd be like it's kind of weird. But yeah, just so you know. Yeah, bitwise is definitely like really cool. Yeah, so the asset editor that I'm making, or not that I'm making, but the way I'm trying to build these codecs for the asset editor is so you can just click buttons. You don't have to go crazy. I'd really like if there's an interface so you could select the panel and then change settings. I think that'd be a really cool little side project to do in Godot and then like port it over, because I'm really comfortable in Godot. So I can make something like that probably really easily actually. After this is published, that'd be a really fun side project for like a week. That I could actually finish in a week in Godot, because I actually know what I'm doing in Godot. In this case, I have no idea what I'm doing at all. But we'll get there. I promise. I won't go insane. So, like the only reason why I'm including it in this is so like you have 7 data channels and then a type channel, and the reason why I'm doing it like that is just so it's there. So it's the idea of it being blue being dropped. Yeah, kinda. I think yes, pretty much. Yeah, I know. I really liked it being blue by default, but everybody and their mother was asking for cable channels or color channels, and I just had to really think about it, and I'm like, that makes sense. And then I can have the cables just change their color based off of what you send. And if you want all of your cables to be blue, sure, I guess. I mean, go ahead. You just send blue signals everywhere, but then, like, I don't know. But as far as, like, what my original intention was, with it just being blue and then just only being on or off, the more I kind of, like, went through the process, I was like, okay, splitting these into colors actually would be dope. The white beams, I think I'm going to give us a slight blue tinge anyways. Not quite cyan, but kind of, like, in between white and cyan. Just because I feel like pure white, or maybe like a yellowish white. I don't know, but something to like make it like not just blaringly blinding. But that's aesthetics later. So, oh, your ideas for them to be blue? I think so. I don't know. I know somebody in chat said it, and I was like, oh, because mana's blue. Which I still agree with. Blue is like default mana color, more like cyany blue. Anyways, we want to output all of these. So beam through pink. So crazy way we can do this is we can just add them basically. Like so we got literally 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Boom, look at that. That's our channel output. And then you can do like a bit to int, but you know what? I'm gonna cheat. I am going to cheat, and I am going to Google binary to integer. Online binary decimal converter. Yeah, that one. Yeah. That's what I like. 510. This equals 510. Look at that. I even pasted it in binary. So, is that right? Yeah, because all of these on would be 511. Because like everything being on is like 1 minus the next step. And then because we're just removing the cable, it's 510. So we're good. I agree, blue. I agree. We should have just done it, just make it work, and then change the color from like the blue to white. But we're here already. We're already here. We might as well just shove it in there, code-wise. You know, I I could have made this different, but it's too late. We're already in the middle of it. So, let's see here. These are extending conduit blocking components, so that's what we're going to want to do. So we're going to create a new Java class, and we are going to make this. I really, really want to call it Crude Dude. And we're doing that. I'm sorry, this is canon now. This is canon. It's so stupid. Crude Dude, I love it. I can't not love it. Like, you can't tell me Crude Dude is just funny. We want conduit block component to extend that. Honestly, it's hilarious. Alright, so we're going to be outputting 510. So our conduit block component has network groups, okay? These network groups are already fully encoded in the system. But first, we have to register this guy. Our Crude Dude. We gotta register this block. Right? Am I crazy? Conduit block component? Yeah, conduit block. Yep. So we gotta register our Crude Dude because I will forget to do this. So this guy is going to have a static variable. So this dot, I guess I need to do this. Public static get component type equals get component. No, what was it? No, it's not static. I lied. You know what? Leave me alone. We're just gonna copy the code we already have. I don't know why I'm trying to be like all like crazy. Where am I keeping the block types? Yeah, yeah, I guess we could just do this here. And then this is going to be Crude Dude block. I love Crude Dude. We're gonna have to get Crude Dude merch. And then Crude Dude is literally just called Crude Dude. I know the naming convention's weird. That's because I'm naming it weird, and I shouldn't be naming it this way. But you know what we are? We are here. We're already here. This is wrong. This is completely wrong, but we're already here. So, Crude Dude. Crude Dude. Crude Dude. Crude Dude. If we go to a charge block, I think I got this done right. No. Yeah, we can always rename everything. Like, before I push everything, I want to make it really, really nice. This implements component store. Those are the codecs. Yeah, we're gonna want a codec here. Yeah, adds character. It definitely adds character. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do because I am already brain farting. Once we brain fart enough, we're just gonna start drawing furries. I've decided. I'm kidding. We're not gonna draw furries. I don't know why, but that just came to my head. That was like an intrusive thought. Like, I'm gonna draw furries. So, why are you airing out? Cannot. Well, you gotta import. That would make sense. All right, cool. So that's done. And then we gotta register it. So, so this dot Crude Dude block equals this dot get. Yeah, you think I'm gonna just go ahead and type all this, please? And then we're gonna name this to the Crude Dude. And this is gonna be Crude Dude. Not codec. And it's gonna be the Crude Dude class. Wait, is it Crude Dude block? No, it's just Crude Dude. It's just Crude Dude. And then we got let's see, it's gonna complain. Oh, because the codec's wrong. So we're gonna go to our codec here. We're gonna go ahead and copy all this. Go to crude dude, paste it, and then we're just gonna copy crude dude in all of this. Boom. Boom. Everything is now crude dudified. And then anything else we want to add for the crude dude component goes here. Now, thinking about it, would it not make sense to just... I think I'm... No? Or yes? Do we extend the block component directly? Or do we create a separate component that works with the conduit block components? I don't have a visual for it, no. Yes, I should have the block ID. Not block ID, block type ID. Remember, we found out that the block type ID and block ID are different, right? No, because that was the filler. Honestly, we'll just do dot equals, and if it's different, then we'll go with it. So whatever changes, we're just gonna be like, yep, it's different. All right, boop, toggle. Actually, I think that's probably the easiest way. Yeah, separate makes more sense. I shouldn't just copy the conduit block component. Oh. So... you should just have both components on the block, and the system query of the system deals with it. Keep off each other. Yeah. Well, no, because then the query is going to... Well, the query will still get this, because it's still a conduit block component, right? No, it won't. You're right. This needs to be... Oh, that means we have to make a conduit block interface. Yep, okay. We have to make a conduit block interface. So we're going to do that. Interface, I conduit block. And the reason why we got to do an interface, I don't know, it just sounds like the right word. But, so this is going to not extend this, it's going to extend component chunk store. So it behaves like the same way. Right? You're right, yep, querying and conduit type and crude dude type will return. Yep, I see what you mean, yeah. So, yes. So we're gonna go ahead and comment that out for now. And then we're gonna type in implements I conduit block. So then this is the interfacing that we have, right? And then that way we know it should work, right? I think I'm doing it right. I think I'm using interfaces right. Let's look at how the devs did it, the people who do this for a living. And then let's look at actually, I'm curious what their interfaces look like. I mean, it seems pretty... Yeah, they're using it for, like, their codecs like crazy, but I'm trying to see something that's, like... Shape 2D seems about right. Yeah, so if we go to Shape 2D... Yeah, it literally is just like, yeah, here's the functions, figure it out, right? So we're, you know, we're interface... Like, this is what other things will interface, so... Yeah. Yeah, so shared behavior... is so basically the conduit component is going to have the network groups, right? We're going to have to set the state in those network groups, and every single thing that is a conduit block, if it's going to go do something, it needs to do it to its conduit block. So what behavior is in the conduit component that I need to share? I need to share the ability to transmit data. So basically, yeah, right, okay. We can't forget the entity component system. Okay, this is critical. So we are storing data here. What data do we have to store? We can also store functions, but we don't use those functions. The data we need to store is detected block type and detected block states. So we're like bypassing the interface behavior then. Okay. No, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. This is why we're live streaming, because I will forget. Not forget. Yeah, I just forgot. Gosh, dude. You're right. Yeah. It's gonna run for both. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna create a separate system for the crew dude, conduit blocks. Right, and it's only that system's only going to run if we have both components. Yes. Okay. I got it. I figured it out. I'm glad you went through and started describing. Oh my god. We could give this guy a nose. A lever, but it'll be a nose lever. It'll be fun. So, no, you're right. You're right. So, what do you need us to implement? Go ahead. Implement. Yeah, sure. We'll implement these, and then we're going to shove them down here so we forget about them. Huh? What am I missing? Oh, I realized. Okay, I see what I did. I'm like, huh? Oh, I completely misread you, Drakus. Completely. Yep, like you're completely right. So we're gonna have detected block type, detected block state. We're gonna shove in here. Okay, we're gonna shove in here a static output channel. Right, and then we're just that way we just have access to this. That way it's just here, and I don't have to think about it. So and then this is going to be output channel. This should be all caps. You know, channel underscore out. I've established this is how we're gonna define things. And actually, we want this to be 508 because we don't know if we're gonna output to a crystal or a cable or a beam or a cable, and we're just gonna assume 508, and then the system that handles that will convert it. So it'll just basically do channel out. It'll do channel out 2, and then what that'll do, or 1. And then what that'll do is that will just automatically be like, okay, cool, that's what we're sending. Okay, Drakus, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I have to do this. You're going in 10-second timeout. I almost felt like queso, but I was like I'm being too kind to be queso. Yeah, I just had to just whoop, and he's gone. Do I feel bad? No. I'll be honest. Yeah, he was getting a little too far. I love everybody, but Dragos, chill, man, chill. Just a little bit, just chill. I always feel bad. Blue, don't worry about it. You can go back in the stream a little bit, but don't worry about it. So we got the channel out, and then per component, we're going to have we're going to have a public method. No, this is gonna be Boolean. This is gonna be Boolean. Ooh, we're gonna be big brain in this. So we're gonna go public Boolean. Detect state. This doesn't have to be capitals. I guess this should be do detect state because we're gonna be doing this on the tick method. Yeah, basically the beams are straight lines. It can hit just a bunch of stuff. Like, it is literally a laser. But the cables are better for, like, intricate stuff. Like, oh, you know, I don't need this light to just go scatter, you know, 100 blocks in one direction and hit everything. I want something really refined. And you could interface between the two. You could be like, you know what? I only want cables. Or maybe I only want crystals. Or both. Because I want this system to work with all your cosmetic builds. There are mirrors, yes. So do detect state, and then this is going to be block type BT, and well, actually, doesn't block type contain? You know what? I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna put them in, and I'll just remove it. Wait, this is a block state registry. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess we just feed the block type in, right? And then we can get... Yeah, we can get the state information there. So I guess we don't need all this. I guess we just need the block type. And then... we're gonna have a block type old BT equals well, we're gonna need to hold it. So private, I don't know if this needs to be private, but it is. Previous state. And then we can just make this equal to null. And then we're gonna do a public void set state, or not set state, but set detect state. And then this is going to just detect it. It's just gonna be like, okay, I detected it. So this is basically, it'll define, like, it's like, okay, this is the block I'm looking at, and then from there we can do other stuff. Yeah, I think, Jack, I think you missed the whole blue onion thing, but yeah. And blue, exactly. The other blue. Not the blue onion, the blue Darville. The wire is more maneuverable and controllable, and the beam is wireless, straight lines, but also it's kind of like all-encompassing. It's more like a bus than it is a... Like, it just acts like it's just a massive bus constantly. Like, huge area. But yeah, I do have, in our little design document here, that is in page 3, it's basically here. Like, you know, we have a little lens here, the blue onion as some have called it, and that'll filter out the specific light, and then that's good. So, I did cover that like very early on the stream, but don't feel pressured to go there. Just watch the VOD. God, I feel like such a degenerate. Block state, yeah, block. Ooh, you know what? We're not gonna worry about it. So block state BT, and then previous state is going to equal BT, assuming because assert just doesn't work apparently, because we've proven it just doesn't work. This is what we're doing, and that's it. That's all we gotta do, because if we assert, it's just apparently not gonna work, and I could error out. I'm not going to. So old BT is going to equal, well, no, I guess I could just do, yeah, old BT equals this. Old BT is going to equal BT, and then return old BT dot equals BT. Bada boom, bada bing. Why you acting like you're gonna error out? that would be the case, because I'm being stupid. Um, wait, why did I? Huh? No. This is what I wanted. And then previous state that equals. No, old BT equals BT. Yeah, okay, I got it. I promise. I was like, I'm missing a variable there. So basically, to detect the state, we're just gonna receive a block type, and then when we receive the block type, we are going to do this. So we're gonna take the old one, we're gonna store it, we're gonna replace our old one with this, because regardless of what the state is, if it changed or not, we're gonna just write it in, and then boom, we're good. I guess this shouldn't be do detect state and set detect state. This should be this should do detect. Ooh, hold on. These should be these two functions are direct functions, I guess. They just directly do stuff. But then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get facing position. So we're gonna actually create a new variable here, because like, let's say you want like block dudes that do like other angles. Now I could do like a multi-face block dude and all that. That's outside of the scope right now. We're not gonna worry about that. But what we're gonna do is we're going to set a public vector 3. Ah, man, this shouldn't be static. Just because we're gonna have to encode all of this. So if it's not static, then that means you can create like 2 different block type dudes if you want one that only does red, or crude dudes. Sorry, if we'll just run with that. Why are you? We want this guy. And this is going to be target position, and because we designed this to be north, is going to equal vector 3i dot north. Right? And this is not going to be target position, it's going to be called default target position. I guess. Nope, we're good. We're gonna translate it. So what we're gonna want is we're going to want a public block type function called. This is going to do detect block type, right? And this is going to be do check change, and this is going to set block type. This is dumb. This is actually dumb how I'm naming these. I just don't know how I'm supposed to really name them. So we're just running with it, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, I think. Why isn't the rib cage solid instead of the cage? Huh? Okay, I didn't see that, Jackie. I didn't see your message saying that it's an onion. It's a blue onion. This looks like nothing. It's just onion. Come on, man. Come on. This is onion, I promise. We're doing this 3 times a week, guys. We're 3 times a week. Ignore Bingus. We're gonna push that back. I have yet to decide the exact date, but on Wednesday's stream, I'm gonna go ahead and get an updated thing. So just so you guys know, subscribe if you, for whatever reason, are entertained by my degeneracy. And I'm so sorry for just shilling like this. Just figure it out. Forward the information. You know, because you guys are having a good time. Blue, we're all 28 here. Every person who plays Hytale is 28 years old. Or if you've played Minecraft and you're playing Hytale, you're 28. We're all 28, right? We're not old. We're young, right? It's 2013. No, Knights, you're 28. We're all 28 here. So this is just a function. It's just gonna return the block type. Then what we're gonna do is we are going to get. Well, actually, do I know my position? Do I know this dot gets? I don't think I have that information. Wait, does this have that information? I don't think it does. Sorry, Flamingo, you just missed out on like 9 birthdays. Your back's starting to hurt. Sorry, buddy. Sorry to break the truth to you. Let's see how they do this. I'm guessing that's what they're doing, is they're passing all that data in. Let's just go to... I guess we just... I think they end blocks with the word block in their name. Okay, let's do door. Okay, that's just interactions. What is a block type in the game? What is a block type? A furnace is a block type. Why does the furnace show up? Oh, this is in project. Hold on. Directory. No, not directory. Hold on, wait. Is this even the right thing? Is a furnace not a thing? Excuse me? Furnace isn't a thing. What is a furnace called? Fire. I'm just typing fire. Alright, there should be fire. Friendly fire. Wow, that's a thing. Why is this all friendly fire? Deployable turret. Sure. No, that's an entity. Why am I struggling here? Workbench, thank you. I think it's just bench. That ain't a block type, buddy, but sure. Oh, because this is the protocol. Let's go to what implements this? Or extends it? Block type, there we go. Block type get bench. Oh, look at that. This is the component entity store. But if I do get bench, block type extends. Is this... I think... Wait, what? No, this is rotated stuff. Okay. No, this is just containing like translators. The system will take care of all that. So what we want to do is get rotated target position. I don't know why I'm underscoring everything. So yeah, the system takes care of all that because the system already knows all that information, and this should just store the information and have resources on how to convert that information. So we're gonna by default return our default target position. And then we're going to input our rotation into rotation. Now, if I remember right, the rotation order, assuming we're facing north, right? Because I like to build things in north, even though I think you're supposed to do them in west or something. I don't know. Is northwest, southeast. So that is 0, 1, 2, 3. So northwest, southeast, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then up is 8 or something. I don't know. But at least for 0 through 3 rotations, which is I think all we should have for now, is what we're going to do is there's like an axis dot, no, it's axis dot y, right? And then we're going to rotate we're going to rotate our default target position by rotation times 90. And then we're going to send this suspiciously back. What does rotate go us back? Oh, because it alters the... I forgot about that. Yeah, we're gonna want to not do that. I guess technically when we set the block, we should just change that information. But that'd be too easy. So, no, we're going to create a public. We're going to create vector 3i rotated is going to equal our default target position dot clone, because it's mutable, which means you manipulate the data. So when we feed the rotated vector 3 into here, when it rotates, it actually just edits the original block, and then we're going to send it back. Now, yes, technically, we could just store the rotated data here. I don't really like it. All right, Knight's Path. You have a good night. If we're maintaining pace, we'll be on Curse Forge soon. I really hope. Oh god, everybody in the chat's going crazy. But yeah, you have a wonderful night. Night Path. Knight's Path. Have a wonderful night. I appreciate you hanging out. Soon, TM. Yes. This and the Pistons. We're working on both right now, so we're gonna hopefully get both of them going. And we get to work on optional plugins. And we get to figure out how broken that is, because I don't know what to expect with that, because I don't know about versioning and stuff. That's gonna be really interesting. Also, quick water break, everybody. Drink some water. I haven't done that. This is my first sip of water in like 3 hours. Nothing like cold, refreshing beverage of water. Or if you go from Idiocracy, what is it, Gatorade? That they have? So everyone by default drinks Gatorade and showers with it. Which I feel like Gatorade showers would just smell horrible. Alright. Ought to use the dead wood for the patched up look. Yeah, the piston, at least the front face, I want to use like the crude textures for it. It's already a model, so we could really go crazy with it. We need to make it look a little rougher. Brondo. Yeah. Oh, is that what the drink was called? Is Brondo? Okay. I think this is right. We might be rotating the wrong way, but we'll find out. We'll find out which position it's detecting. It should return in position, so we'll find out. So you know what, Jackie? Yeah, you know, I'll post it in Discord, the texture. Let me know if it compresses. It shouldn't. But you saw how I built it. Did you want the piston texture or this guy's texture? I think this guy, right? You've had 6 kidney stones, Nomnomicon? Dude, I would cry. Just even at 1. Alright, sure. Yeah, let me post both. Let me post both then. In the thing. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna post them in. I'm gonna post them in the suggestions channel. New post, and I'm gonna call this texture. So texturing suggestions. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I will upload. I will go ahead and upload these. So if we go over to this guy, models, we're gonna do crude dude on off, and then we're gonna do the the shadow on the piston diamond. I did want to get rid of that. Just FYI, if you're in there, but don't worry. No, I thought I fixed that actually. Have fun. Okay. It's gonna be in the. I really hope it did. It doesn't look like it compressed it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it compressed it, but I went ahead and posted the textures in the texturing suggestions. I don't know why I'm struggling to say those letters. And just have fun. You can kind of see how it looks. And yeah, if you guys want to go at it, go crazy, man. Yeah, it's not going to be just a blank light beam. We're going to add a little bit to it. That's for sure. But yeah, so what are we doing here? So we're going to want a system. Yeah, we're going to want a system. And basically, because this is right on its neighbor, we can do it on a block update, I'm pretty sure. Blue Davriel, you have a wonderful night. Yeah, you have a wonderful night, man. I appreciate you stopping by. So, get them chores done. God, I'm a bit behind on mine. I gotta work on that. So, let's see. This guy, this is just one graphic. We can get rid of that. Alright, I think we cleaned up our thing here a little bit. So, ciao. We got this guy. So, we'll assume that works. But we're going to want a crude dude updating system. So this is going to be the... Okay, this is going to be the detectors. Fine, we'll name it Crude Dude for now, just for the sake of getting it working. So this is the Crude Dude entity system. I'm dedicated to Crude Dude at this point. And then Crude Dude entity system, we're going to bring this over to plugins, refactor please, even though there's not much to do. We're going to go ahead and copy the heading of this guy, because I'm lazy, and this works. Boom. And then, oh no, it wants us to implement methods. Oh no. Yeah, implement them. That's like what we're doing. This is everything we do. And then what are you crying about? Yeah. I totally knew that. We need this to be Crude Dude entity system. And then before I forget, because I have a wonderful habit of doing this, we're registering this before anything else. I forgot we need to make that codec. but we're going to just paste that right there. Conduit entity system. Yeah, we want to copy this one. No, we want. Yes. We want this one. I mean, technically, it's a ticking system. Technically. And then we set tick and do tick. Yeah, it's a ticking system. I think I'm gonna leave it called crew, dude. I think it'd be fun. Well, it doesn't. It's not crazy, like, important. Like, the block ID could be crew, dude. I don't know. Oh my god, Copper Golem slavery. Yeah, I don't want to enslave more minions. You know, that's Minecraft's thing, to enslave stuff. I don't want to do it. I don't want to enslave people. Yeah, so our entity system. No, we want to do ticking. Yeah, I want to do ticking because the component type itself ticks. Yeah, it ticks and then it sets and then it fires. And because it's detecting the conduit system and everything, we can cause the system to change its state. Yeah, and the conduit entity system is what's deploying it to the network. Yeah. So it's not gonna be conduit dude. It's not gonna be crew dude entity system. It's gonna be crew dude ticking system. Is how we're gonna want to rename it. So this is gonna be crew dude ticking system. I'm pretty confident in this. So we're gonna go ahead and copy this, and this is going to be crew dude ticking system. Ticking system type. And then this dot rude dude. Oh, sorry, not even this. Is going to equal this dot. Then we gotta register the system, which is going to be. Where did I register the system? It is right here. Oh, wait. Oh, we don't even have to set it. Oh, we don't even bother with the conduit one. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Shoot. Those want it? I don't care. Then we're gonna register the crew dude ticket system. Here's a crazy idea. Doesn't matter. We're not even using it. In fact, we're not even using this one either, so we should really at least comment it out, because that's not getting used. Okay, cool. And then the crew dude ticking system, we're gonna actually want this to extend, not extend, but we're gonna want it to use this part, because if I don't do this, we're gonna done fucked up. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go ahead and delete all this, and then we're gonna go ahead and implement methods. Yes, all of the above. And then the get query, we're going to set as we're gonna set this as crude dude, and we're gonna set this as conduit block component. I know it's a conduit block component. It should be just conduit block. Later me problem. And IntelliJ has this refactoring system. Yeah, I know, right? Just deleting it is just like, oh, I messed up how I typed that. Ah, we don't need it anyways. But yeah, so we're gonna want to go ahead and create this query. So we're going to want to return query dot add, or sorry, dot and you want red line, because that's our plugin source type. Excuse me. Can you do the thing? You know what? I can cheat. Where is our query? Oh, cool. This is Oh. Is ticking system not what we want? Welcome back, Matt. To you. Did I mess up? Do I not want ticking system? I don't think I want ticking system. I think I want to go back to what I had originally. Ah, man. Okay. I'm doing great, Chief. I'm doing great. I'm totally remembering how all of this is supposed to be set up, and I am not just... Because I was thinking about this all day. I'm like, man, I got a plan. I know exactly... Sorry about the wrapper noises and opening up a bag of Cheetos, because... I don't know, capitalism or something. I'm not sponsored, but... Yeah, a Frito-Lay sponsor would go crazy. How much I'd get paid if I had a Frito-Lay sponsor? A ridiculous amount. Like, if they paid me every time I crunched into the microphone, I'd just be an ASMR channel. Well, yeah, I'd be an ASMR channel. Man, this stuff is so good. Here's a diet. Oh my god. Big Cheetos killing me. Alright. Yeah, I think ticking system's stupid. I think I'm being stupid. For the crude piston, very attached. Maybe like throwing a couple like wood beams in there, like kind of wedged in between. But I'm very attached to it being made out of rock. I guess like most of it. Like it's meant to look like it's cobbled together. Literally, cobbled. But yeah, I don't like this. I just turn null. And null would technically be right? Alright, we're opening up Pinterest so I can explain real quick. Jackie's asking how I would design the thing. Well, it does feel Minecrafty, and I feel like that's kind of the point, like I said, to kind of dig on it. Let's say this is the block, right? And you have all the rocks, like, all over the place. Imagine there being, like, a bunch of rocks like this, and like this. Alright? For example, or I guess that'd be through the whole thing. And the wood beam is, like, behind it. Kind of, like, wedged in between, like it's holding it up and the rocks are, like, falling out. You know, with like a couple bolts. Like, does that kind of make sense? That's just in my head, like headcanon, like what I think it should be like. You know, I'm not a designer. Just make it look like there's like a wood frame underneath. Kind of like wood internals. And the cobble's just like around there, like packing it in, kind of. I don't know. That's just kind of what headcanon is. I don't know. Try it out and see. See what it looks like. I guess that would make sense. It needs a little bit of moss, though. I like how he's like, I'm going to design this. And I'm like, well, can you do this? I'm such an entitled prick. I'm sure whatever you make will look cool. I'm very curious what it'll look like. So ticking system, stupid. Because yeah, we're not ticking. Because on entity system, is there no, entity system is on place and on remove. Yeah, it'd be like cobblestone fascia. Where do block updates happen? Block updates are ticks. No. Block updates are ticks. You can queue ticks. This is what I want. When it places, I don't care. We just do tick after it's placed. That could be a conduit system thing. And the crude dude ticking system's only interacting with the crude dude, right? And then the well, no, but then we have to detect the state and send that over to the other component. But because it's on the ticking state, I guess it could just detect. It could just say, "Hey, do I have this attached to me? Okay, fire this." I guess I could do that, right? Like maybe I can do it with the archetype. I don't know what the archetype is actually. Like I know it's like. I think the archetype we can pair archetypes together. So, yeah. Pair and archetype? Question mark? I don't know. With the query, I think with the query you can do either archetypes or you can pair blocks together. So we'll have to mess around with the query. But first I want to write the code in, and then we can mess with the query and see what it takes to get it to fire. So on tick, right? On tick, we're going to get our crude dude, get the position it's targeting, we're gonna get our crude dude, get the position it's targeting, detect the new state, fire conduit logic, conduit update logic, I guess, if we can. And then we are going to set the next tick in 30 ticks to fire. Okay, that's a pretty standard like thing. Yeah, definitely like the ruined village aesthetic. Like, oh yeah, everything's like broken down. By the way, I really appreciate that. You know, we have 150 people sticking around. That's crazy. So I'm a little like, I feel like I'm one of those channels. Like, you know, when you scroll through, we have a guy who's like holding a phone. He's like, "I'm gonna call 911, guys. One more subscriber. Oh my god, one more subscriber, and I'm gonna hit it." You know what I'm talking about? I feel like I'm talking like one of them. I don't know why. I feel like I really am talking. Oh my god, I'm actually talking like one of them. I'm a zoomer. I've been zoomed. I'm not. The degeneracy is gone. I'm just talking like a zoomer. That's why there's more than 5 people here. Oh, thanks, Matt. I really appreciate it. I mean, I'm working on one, so like I said, there's the beta, or not even beta, super alpha version of the pistons on CurseForge. You have to go to my video on the pistons and download it from there, but it's really garbage. Like, extremely garbage. But once I get this updated, just for everybody else who's like vaguely reading chat, but once I get this updated and this system working, then we'll go. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that they're like deleting half of your blocks. Licht and I, well, mostly Licht, figured out a system to prevent it from just deleting stuff. That's his. . Oh, from playing with them. Well, I appreciate it. No, the pistons are like really cool. I can't wait to have this whole system finally working together. That's gonna be awesome because like once they're together, like we'll be unstoppable. We'll have redstone, but it's blue, and actually instead of being blue, it's crystals. Like that's how we're just gonna describe it to everybody. Imagine if Hytale had redstone but blue, and it's actually crystals. Jesus Christ, it's not even blue half the time. I'm mentally stable. Yeah. Yep. So, the hardest thing here is, for me right now, when I say hardest thing, I'm just saying, like, I am not sure how this is currently integrated and how I'm going to integrate it, so we're going to figure it out. It's going to be this set the next tick to fire in 30 ticks. There's probably a single method to do that, and I bet you it's ticking system dot nope. It's probably on the chunk level. If I remember right, this is delta time, technically DT. I is index. And then I don't know what the rest of these are supposed to be, but I think I'm supposed to be able to pull this. If I go over to my entity system, right, yeah, this one has add reason, but the ticking systems have archetype instead. But we want to reference the store. What was it? It was a Arcando Ending system, yeah. Oh wait, we don't have a reference. Reference chunk store, we don't have that. No, we just have the store chunk store. Ooh, okay. Help? Well, let's see how Void Tick is integrated. It's pretty simple. We just copy and paste. No, I'm just kidding. I do like breaking into everything and trying to figure out how this works. But my Discord's in the description of the video. It's called the Lime Box. But yeah, it's right in the description of the video, I believe. Let me double check that actually. Yeah, the Discord link. That might end up sending you straight into the voice channel, just a heads up. But yeah, it's there. Hey, progress is going good. We're just working on integrating our first. Basically, we're integrating our own first plugin into the conduit system. So we're kind of doing a whole exercise on that. We're creating up. Technically, we're creating a custom plugin that is the piston block and the like an observer from Minecraft, like those two things, just really garbage versions of them, and we're integrating them into our system here. So we're basically playing the role as the plugin developer right now. So if let's say you want to make a plugin for the conduit system, the blue redstone crystal conduit system, as the long-term name of it is. I'm playing that role right now and seeing where the faults are, and while we're integrating it. Ah, my Cheeto. Yeah, the Deadwood is kind of like a cool aesthetic. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So I'm just kind of going to the tick system, and I want block entity systems. And we got the ticking here. Oh, We can set parallel counts. That'd be kind of fun. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if we're gonna do that, because I know that the entity system might. Yeah, we'll find out. So okay, we're accessing this in the archetype chunk. Got it. So this is actually containing our data this time. Howdy, Blanksy. Progress is trugging along. For once, I actually am, like, in the system and not, like, running into brick walls constantly because I'm, like, in struggle bus mode. Like, I think that's our biggest problem we had earlier, was, like, I was really tired or just, like, really, like, not in the mood. Not in the mood. Let me rephrase that. I just wasn't in the flow. I wasn't in the flow state. And I feel like I've acquired enough knowledge from my degenerate 24-hour stream and then waking up and like actually just looking at things that I think we're working on it. I think we're working pretty good. Definitely end of week we're looking at a full mod release. So I'm excited. Excited and not entirely terrified. So we're gonna rename index to archetype chunk index, or I guess index in archetype chunk, only because I will forget immediately what this index means. Ooh, look at that! It's misspelled. Fine, there you go. Oh, it's still misspelled? Oh yeah, go ahead and rename it again. I hate. Oh my god. There. There, it's spelled right. You don't even know how to spell it correctly and you're yelling at me. Stupid. But, yeah, so... Oh, sorry, to clarify, I was calling IntelliJ stupid. It's unintelligent. It's unintelliJ. Ooh, but we can refactor. Yeah, I can rename a bunch of stuff. Chill. I'm so hostile to this. It's actually doing pretty good. I don't know why I'm being so hostile, but... So, right, we're gonna look to fire our next tick in 36. Right, so... I don't think this has anything to do with it. That's not what I want. We're in the wrong... Here we go. So... Queue updates. So, component update... Interesting. Is that what we want? Oh, can we... What is this? What system is this? This is the entity's ticking system. Sorry. Can queue updates for trigger updates for other entities? I don't know. Because we're gonna definitely have to do block updates from a distance eventually. Not for this crude observer guy, but eventually. I don't know, TBD. But this is the one I'm interested in here, I think. Here we go. Um, no, this is immediately ticking the next component. Wait, why is the velocity component here? Why are we feeding it? Wait, oh, this takes... Oh, this is the entity tick system for physics. Interesting, okay, this is not what we want. But this is cool. So you're basically, like, forcing it to tick. We don't want that. I don't think this is... Excuse me. I thought there was a way you could, like, queue an update. Is there, like, a queue tick? Or, like... I know there's do tick. Is there, No, tick is after do tick, but tick... we're too deep. We're deep in the matrix. Jesus, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Okay, this is just going through all the archetypes. Okay, that's not what we want. This is like too far deep. I thought there was like a schedule or something like that. Anybody do that yet? Like where they schedule the tick? Ooh, you know what? If I do instant dot there should be like a tick thing here somewhere. Like, it has to be. One of them has to use it. Damage data component. I think that's a system that sounds right, because I think I've looked at this one. Maybe not. But let's see. Yeah, so that is a no, but the block breaking. I know the block breaking has something to do with it, because it has to, like, schedule it. Wait. No, because blocks aren't ticking constantly. I mean, I guess I could look it up. That'd be crazy. Like, wow, I could just look it up. And I'd just like to say, again, thank you guys. An average view duration of 45 minutes of my rambling is insane. Like, I genuinely am shocked. Like, I'm so glad when I'm actually programming and not just, like, blubbering and, like, hitting every single wall. People are actually like, wow, this guy's, like, mildly entertaining, I think, or something. I don't know, but thanks for chilling around. I have a thing I have to do. What time is it? Oh, yeah. We got about... Oh, shoot. It's already... I set my alarm for 9. I meant to set it for 8. Yeah, we're gonna cut it in about 10 minutes here. Sorry for cutting it so short. I have real life stuff to do, believe it or not. But we're making good progress. Next stream we're gonna probably have like, first I want to get this whole block breaking thing. But sorry. I'm like dying over here. I appreciate it, guys. Matt, you've been here this entire time. I can scroll up the chat and I guarantee you I'm gonna see you talking. Okay, you know what? You were here longer. So in about a couple minutes we're gonna bounce, only because I have to go do real life stuff. I was just seeing if we could find this block break stuff. I know it has tick queuing. Thinking about it, do we even need to queue ticks? Because if it runs every tick, we can just, like, not check it until we're above a certain instant point. Yeah, what am I doing? I'm being, like, dumb. Yeah, we can just add a tick time span. Because it doesn't have to check constantly. Yeah, crude dude. Public int previous tick. No, it's not in, it's a long. And then this is going to be instant. And I think this is... Oh, I guess this is an instant. No, I don't want instant. Get out of here. This is going to be equals 0. And then... Public long, delay tick. So we're going to leave it at here. And we're going to set this to 30. We're going to want this eventually adjustable by config for people who want to do that. But yeah. Oh, you just joined the Discord. Well, hey, I appreciate it. Definitely I hang out in the Discord when I'm not streaming, like, pretty often. Especially on the off days. Because like I said, you know, I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm keeping the schedule. Like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I love the schedule. I like being here. And then I might sneak in a couple streams here and there after that. But on off days, or just like when I want to hang out, before or after streams, I'll be in the Discord very often. I think the other day we had like 5 or 6 people just chatting. Today's not gonna be one of those days because I had to like run away. But I do want to say I really appreciate, like, look at this. I'm sorry, this means so much to me. It would help if I showed you. This means so much to me. You guys have no idea. Like, so many people are just hanging out and watching. I love this. I love this so much. This is beyond beautiful. Like, yeah, of course, let's use this in my other streams, but we've only been streaming for like 3.5 hours. And this is crazy. I can't explain how much I like this. This hits my heart. I really appreciate it. If you guys are enjoying this and you want to hang out a little bit more, for the next streams, you know, just keep me in mind. You know, on these days. And I do wanna add a few more, you know, a few more days eventually. I'm working on February's calendar right now. I have a couple obligations to work around. I'm so excited to see you guys. So you guys have a wonderful day. No, and I enjoy your guys' company a lot. I really do. I enjoy all of you guys when you're chatting in chat. Even some of you degenerates I have to time out. Dracus. Blabby wasn't on this time, which I thought was interesting. I think it was a little early for Blabby. I think Blabby probably would have gotten on in like 20 minutes. Like, literally, I think after 9 they get on. Because they will post some milk piston type stuff. But yeah, no, thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, you guys have a fantastic day. I really appreciate everyone.